Welcome to the Futro Hidden Movie Gems podcast. I'm your host, Ty Spiker Christensen. Oh, what's in the box? What's in the fetching box? And we've got Jordan Christensen on the podcast. Oh gosh. Oh.
Wait. Don't be so dismissive. Nah, she's probably walking around in her grandma's panties, covering himself in peanut butter.
And we've got Cameron Mickle on the podcast.
He's a nutbag. Just because the got a library card doesn't make him Yoda.
And Grant Mickle on the podcast.
You're no messiah. You're a movie of the week. You're a t-shirt at best.
T-shirt at best.
Such a t-shirt best, dude. So good, dude. I know I had all these quotes.
Angry Brad Pitt is so good, dude.
That was so funny, dude. All right, guys. Today we're reviewing the movie Se7en, but I believe it's spelled S-E, the number 7-E-N.
So
Se7en.
Se7en. See, I think it's actually seven scene is actually how you would read it. Or scene 7. I'm so confused because I actually tried to look this up on my phone and it was like all these other movies named 7, but I just typed SE and the number 7 and then it instantly came up. So I actually think like, I don't know. Obviously a 7 turned on its side looks like a V. So there's that. Anyway, guys, this movie came out in 1995. This movie is approaching 30 years old. How crazy is that?
It feels like it was made yesterday.
This movie holds
perfect.
up, bro. Okay, guys, we need to talk about this. David Fincher, our boy, David Fincher directed this. Stars fetching Morgan Freeman, Brad fetching Pitt, and Kevin Spacey. Get out of here, dude. This is insane. Gwyneth Paltrow, she's also in it. I just thought I'd mention it. I don't really care that she's in it. Okay, but it has R. Lee Ermey, who plays the police captain, and I always think of him as the drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
It's very weird to not see him yelling. He should be yelling a lot more in this movie, so wasted opportunity. But he's good. He keeps his cool. Guys, let's get into it. What is it like watching this movie for the first time, and what is it like revisiting this movie now? So let's start with Grant.
So I've only seen this movie once, and it's been on my watch list for years now. And Cameron came over and he was like, what should we watch? We were going down my list of stuff, and he was like, he was listing off some movies, and I was like, yeah, the game kind of sounds good. And he's like, it's kind of like 7. Have you seen 7 yet? I was like, no, I haven't seen that yet.
I said it's from the same director of, or I was like, it's by the
same director.
It's really good. And I was like, he's like, well, what has he done? I'm like, 7. And he's like, oh, I haven't seen that. I'm like, we're talking about watching the game. You haven't seen 7? What the fudge? I'm like, forget the game. We're watching 7.
Yeah. So that got pushed to the instant watch. and it was definitely worth it. So it was really a fun watch.
Awesome. Cameron, how about you?
I don't know if fun's the right word, but
it's so much fun. This movie's a blast. I can't wait for the 7 cinematic universe.
Yeah, it's like Grant after watching Brawl. I thought it was gonna be violent.
I thought this was gonna be violent. When does the violence start?
Well,
is there an
after credits
scene?
Well, because Cameron was building it so much, he's like, this movie like traumatized me. And I was like,
yeah,
oh, man,
it should,
okay.
but we were desensitized more.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad. So.
It's looking at sloth like, yeah, big whoop, dude.
So for me,
that was my other quote. I was literally gonna do that, dude. Scary, dude.
So for me, watching it on the first time I watched it, I think I was in high school, and
That's too young to watch this movie.
I started it at 1 a.m. and I was like, by watching it by myself, just horrified, but then also so tired. So I got like halfway in, and so I pressed pause, slept from like 3 until I started at 3 or something like that, and like I stopped it at 4, woke up at 10, finished it, and then went back to bed. and I just remember like I had like terrible dreams that night too. I was like, bro, that movie was insane. And then rewatching it with Grant was actually the second time I ever watched it, because it's one of those that's been in my top 100 for so long, but like I'm almost like scared to rewatch it because I'm like, I wonder if it loses the effect like watching it again, or if it's even as good, because I just remember it being so jarring. But I was so surprised at how much restraint David Fincher uses in the movie, and that's why it's so traumatizing, is because of how much is left up to your imagination. Because it's funny, because I remember so much more like violence and like horrific things in it, but they show so little. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's because all these years my imagination has like filled in the blanks for so much of this movie, that's why I thought this movie was so traumatic. And so it was really interesting to watch, like on the rewatch. I'm like, wow, it actually is like relatively tame of what they show, but I'm like, but all of the like in between the lines and like fill in the blank is what is the scariest part of this movie.
Mm. How about you, Jordan? Watching this movie for the first time, rewatching it for the podcast.
First time I watched it on Netflix, and I think I was at college at the time.
Did you just randomly come upon it, or was it like someone recommended it to you? Because I'll be a crazy random watcher. Like, this looks something interesting.
Well,
Ah!
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just in the popular section of Netflix. It was either that, or there was a moment when I watched Gone Girl, and then I went through David Fincher's entire movie catalog just because I love that movie so much. I'm pretty sure I watched Seven first. Yeah, it's so weird because the first time you just like love the relationship growing between the two cops, because there's clearly so like there's no relationship there at the beginning. Like they don't like each other at all. And by the time they're like have each other's heads on each other's laps and they're falling asleep, like I remember laughing out loud, like this is such a great relationship, like one of my favorites. And then now I just watch it for all the little intricate details. Sometimes I just get lost in the film because it's so well acted. I mean, everything about it, down to the tiniest little details, because David Fincher is not a human being. That man is some kind of, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, but he's some kind of freak of nature. Like, he's just not human. You know who he is? He's the guy from, what's the guy, Russell Crowe, that he's like, kids at school treated him like he was a crazy person because he was so smart.
Beautiful Mind.
A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, that's David Fincher.
That's crazy. He
It's just-
he had his imaginary friends that would help him make films.
Yeah, they're inspiring him to make these movies.
I know, right? It's like I've heard, yeah, some directors will make a movie where they can vicariously live. Like Quentin Tarantino literally has a movie where he's, and you're like, yeah, he's the director, wrote and starred in that movie where he got to live out his fantasy, right? And you think like Fincher, it's like, you seem to kill a lot of people. Are we sure we've checked his basement? How is his wife doing? Is she all right? Like what's going on in that guy's mind?
Well, and he created so many things, like even that open credits things. There's been so many serial killer movies that rip that off, and he's like the first one to do it. It's crazy.
So it's funny. We'll get into some of that stuff, or at
Yeah.
least I find that interesting. But for me, I don't know, Jordan. Did you recommend this movie to me first, or was because I remember
I don't know.
for the
I do
longest
like though that
time,
Cameron said he
our-
watched it alone. I guess I don't. I mean, I'm not. I could have swear we watched it together because
I don't think so. I know
I-
you wanted me to watch it, but I
Yeah.
think you were like, I'm gonna go to bed because you had work.
oh, okay.
And I was like,
I believe that, but
yeah, because you're like, it's 3 a.m. I'm not starting another movie. I'm like, come on.
yeah,
Come
maybe.
on, it'd be great.
But I do remember introducing you to David Fincher
Oh,
because
100%. And you were definitely the one that told me to watch this.
Like,
Like, I
well,
wasn't just like, let me watch this.
but it's thanks to Every Frame of Painting, that video talking about
The
David Fincher.
cinematography.
I showed Cameron that, and that's when Cameron's like world blew up. And ever since then, he has just been like,
Yeah,
oh,
well-
film is actually intelligent. Like, there's
Dude,
more.
Well, yeah,
to it.
and
RIP, the
the
greatest
first movie
YouTube
that
channel
was
ever.
Inglorious, because I watched it. That was The Great Awakening, and I told Jordan, I said, I don't know why I liked it so much. Why did I like it? And he goes, watch this YouTube video, and I was like, ah!
Yeah.
This is when
I'm
I was spiritually
enlightened.
reborn.
I know, dude. I was enlightened. I was like, this
We
is what the
were
Catholics felt like in the like
Baptized you in
800 BC.
75 millimeter glory. Yeah. You were basking in it, dude. Yeah, it just transports you away. So yeah, I know the first time I watched this was in college, but I just can't remember if this was pre-mission or post-mission. I want to say pre-mission because I was fascinated with like the serial killer stuff. So I might have seen it as early as like 2012 because it was for some reason this movie and Along Came a Spider. I'm pretty sure, did Dad own Seven or not? Maybe he didn't own Seven.
I don't
He
think
owned Along
so.
Came a Spider, which has Morgan Freeman on the DVD, and I was like, oh, like a Morgan Freeman detective. And that movie's after this one, and the movie doesn't hold up as good as this one, and it's not as good as this one. But I remember seeing Along Came a Spider, and I liked it enough that I think that's what made me watch Seven.
Dude, I like even the worst serial killer movies. I love serial
Oh
killer
yeah,
movies.
yeah. Okay, so speaking of serial killer, like, so
Genre.
watching this movie again, I literally, like, as it started, I was like, I thought David Fincher was super about having like this book filled with pages, like meticulous notes and everything. And then sure enough, like the movie started, but then the credits started rolling, and I was like, oh, there it is, like the notebook, and it's pouring through the pages. David Fincher reminds me of Stanley Kubrick in the way where he's like, it's like, yeah, we could just like copy paste a lot of these pages or just fill. He's like, he had someone go in and fill the entire
them.
book, right? Every single line in this book. Like,
Can you
it's
imagine
just
having that on your
so-
resume? So
and
I
it,
worked
yeah,
on the psychopath book for Se7en.
I worked on the.
What?
I was like, oh, it's actually just my notes for.
I'm so glad you
Prop-
mentioned that because in
Prop manager.
in
so crazy.
Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, yeah, they had somebody type out
All
every
work,
single
no
one of
play makes
those
Jack a dull
pages.
boy. Yep. Hundreds and hundreds of pages. Someone
And
had
then
to type
that person
all that.
later became a serial killer and
And
murdered
then they
Stanley Kubrick's
actually,
family.
dude, they need to start a Netflix series where, everyone that worked on the productions of these serial killer movies and the meticulous work that their directors made them do, like, caused them to go insane. Like, there's a big market out there, dude. So I was just so wildly impressed with how well this movie held up, because I was watching this last night, Cameron. I started at, I want to say it was 11. I was like, okay, this is 2 hours. I'll be up till 1. Not a problem. My gosh, I was so locked in this movie. And so this is actually either the second or third time I've watched it, because I know I've seen it twice, or I should say, sorry, third or fourth time. That's all I've ever seen this movie, because um it just feels so magnanimous, and it's such a an emotional ride. It's hard to want to watch it after you watch it, because it's kind of like a punishing movie in a way. Anyway, so
Well, that's
rewatching it.
rewatching. I also felt like it was more of a drama than an action thriller. Like
Yeah,
first time watching,
for
I'm like,
sure.
oh, action thriller serial killer movie, but I'm like, this is a drama, dude. Like this is like the emotions in it make it that much like, ugh. That's why it hits you too. Is you're like, ooh, you just feel this world. Like you just feel this world and how gross it is. You're like, this is like
Oh,
Gotham, but worse.
yeah, you feel it, dude. Yeah, the seediness of the city,
Because
dude.
they don't ever say the city name, right? It's just like a
No.
fictional,
Yeah, they don't.
unnamed city.
I don't think they ever say the actual city now.
It's actually Madison, Wisconsin.
Just rains all the day. You get out of here, dude. It's freaking Portland
No,
or
it's Chicago, bro.
Detroit.
Chicago
yeah,
or Detroit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's
100%.
nasty, dude. Just always raining, and it's just so miserable. And then like you drive out of town, it's just like empty wasteland desert. Dude, what a crazy place, dude. Guys, let's get into it. 2 of your favorite things from this movie. I'm just gonna say one off the bat, because if you guys mention this, I'll kill myself. The
Or
premise,
someone else.
the premise of this, like 7 deadly sins, the murder that uses the 7, that's just so I'm sorry. Edit me out. But that is just so awesome. Like seriously, pitch that movie. It writes itself. Like, it really does. And you're like, dude, there's a serial killer and he's using the 7 deadly sins. It's like, it reminds me of when I read Dan Brown's Inferno, which is a really, really good book. Awful movie with Tom Hanks and Ewan McGregor, unfortunately. But the whole thing is like, he uses earth, fire, and wind to kill all of his victims, right? Like from the elements, the pagan symbols. So he's killing Catholic priests with these symbols. And I'm like, that's cool. This movie does kind of that, where he's like killing people. It's like Jigsaw in a way, right? Like this could have spawned so many sequels, but somehow it's
it
like,
is a little Saw-ish.
it is, but it's so distinct, and you're like, you can't make 8.
Yeah, we could have had
You
our
can't.
12th 7 movie, right, Jordan?
Yeah, 7. Here we go again. Or
Oh.
7, but this time it's 8. I don't know. It just doesn't work. So
Well, I
7
feel like
deadly
there's
sins.
at
so
least that
awesome.
many ripoffs of this movie.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It inspired so many things. Like, so everyone borrowed from this. So when you
Literally,
watch it, it still holds up.
Even the newest
So-
Batman like borrowed from this.
Yeah, literally, Matt Reeves is the Batman, literally inspired from 7. And
It wishes it was as good.
it
though.
wishes it was this.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, it's like, I watched Batman and I'm like, yeah, 7 still has a beat.
I feel like
even
Fede
with action.
Alvarez, like his style is based off so much of David Fincher. It's great.
Oh yeah, that's the Don't Breathe guy.
Breathe,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. Just watch that.
Mm.
Gagged. I don't know if you read my review. I literally
Yeah.
gagged watching that movie again, dude. Didn't
Yeah.
think I would.
Well,
That's
Don't
a
Breathe.
one-time watcher. What are you doing watching it twice?
Yeah. Well, I showed it to my brothers-in-law. I was like, dude, you guys got to see this movie. It was his pick though, because like it was out of like 4 or 5 movies. I was like, that one you'll definitely enjoy. So,
That's funny.
and I just kept thinking of Jordan putting you in that Swain Cameron funniest photo use of Photoshop I've ever seen. Funniest thing. Anyway, so yeah, that was the one thing I just had to throw out. That premise of the 7 deadly sins tied to the serial killer.
and then it
So
being
cool.
and then
So cool.
sin 6 and 7 being it like to complete the masterpiece.
Of course, yeah,
like,
of course.
By
Yeah.
turning
Well, and
yourself in, yeah.
yeah.
That
So
was good.
let's go around. You guys can share your 2 other favorite things, and I'll share my last one. But why don't we start with you, Grant? What are your 2 favorite things from this movie?
Kind of like Cameron said earlier
Oh
about
wait, you know
show
what?
don't.
Sorry, I'm so smart. I'm only going to share one favorite thing, because if you guys all share 2, that's 7 things that we like about this movie. So there you go.
Nice.
There you go,
Very
listeners.
good.
There you go.
So yeah, so going on flip like show don't tell, or yeah, show don't tell, but even like restrained like of what he actually shows, because like before we watched the movie, I brought up to Cameron about the Gerard Butler movie where he tortures the guy who kills his
law-abiding
family.
citizen.
Yeah, like
me and Grant were
like that
laughing the
movie does
entire
not
time.
restrain of what it shows,
And
you know.
he's showing the guy chopping. I'm like, hey, yo, this is
Makes
insane.
him watch with a mirror, like
Yeah, I'm
and,
like,
and that's
that
what's so funny is like
insane.
showing that like is intense, but at the same time, like I feel like it's much more impactful the way David Fincher shows
Less.
like the killings. Yeah.
Dude, he
the less
shows a mirror
shows
up to
in
society.
7.
He's like, I know you guys are all just as sick and depraved as I am. So when your imaginations are far worse than anything I could come
Yeah.
up with, you know, it really is.
True,
And we
yeah.
do it. We fill the gaps, dude.
Mhm.
Well, because it was funny.
I've seen the head in the box. In fact, when I watch it, I'm like, they're gonna show it. And dude, that fetching flash, that half a millisecond of flash of Gwyneth's face, I refuse to go back and like look and see if there's any blood around it, or it's just a smile. I think it's just her smiling, but it unsettles me, and I'm like, don't scare me. Like, don't tell me you're gonna actually show me. Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because Cameron said that in like a recent review. He's like, it's so graphic and violent, and we're like, Cameron, go back and rewatch it. You don't see anything. Like it's just like,
Yeah.
but it's so
Crazy,
funny that
dude.
he actually had those images in his head, even though he
Yeah.
never saw anything.
See, because I remember for Lost, I remember seeing so much, but
You don't.
you barely even see the crime scene.
Uh,
That's the crazy thing. All you see is
terrifying.
you see the weapon, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh my
It's just
God.
that one photo of the thing the guy made, and it's just like all of a sudden your brain is like, I can't get those images out of my
Yeah,
head.
like, get it out, get it
Well,
out.
and to be fair, the freaking the testimony given of the guy
Yes.
and his experience, yeah, that
Dude,
was
our boy
pretty
from
cool.
False, he's so good at that. Yeah.
I know it's weird to see. I know it's weird to see him so young and so disturbed in this, because I'm like, he's actually got a really good comedic timing, that actor. So anyway, but maybe that's False is a continuation of this movie. Maybe he went on to go be
That was
right.
his past. Anyway, you were saying, Grant?
Second thing, I don't know if it's anything specific. It's just like you're kind of engaged with the movie the whole way through. Like it's a long movie, but it like doesn't feel like one. And you want more of it.
Plus,
Like
yeah.
the world building's really good. You love the characters. It's just so well done. So
Kind of want to see like a remake of this movie, and you have Morgan Freeman like throwing the knife at the villain at the end, like somehow that was going to get incorporated if this movie got made today. A less skilled director is like, by the way, I'm pretty sure I heard this, and I'll have to check if it's true, but I'm pretty sure David Fincher found out that Morgan Freeman could throw knives and threw that in there.
I
He's
think
like,
he just trained to like he
did he
told
learn
them,
to do it
and he
for the
learned to
movie?
do it for the movie. Yeah.
Okay, I thought he knew how to do that previously, and he found out, and he's like, dude, that's awesome. And he made
oh wait. Okay, there's one thing I remembered. Cameron told me that they didn't tell the actors that the
Sloth
was
was
still alive. And so their reactions was completely like real.
Of course
from
it
that.
was.
That's why if you go
Of
back
course
and
it
watch
was.
that, if you go
Fincher's
back and
like,
watch
yeah.
that
So
scene,
the extra,
Morgan,
he's obviously a living person, but he's like, yeah, don't worry, he's not
Well,
gonna move
I
in
wonder,
the scene.
or I
And then
wonder
it's
if he told him it was like a dummy or something.
no,
That
that's
would've
what
been
I'm
great.
pretty sure that's what
Okay.
he told him. He told him that it was a prop, and then they did not know that it was a
That'd be
real
so
person.
scary.
And so that's why if you watch their
Stop.
reaction, Morgan Freeman's like, like he's like actually like ready to protect himself.
Dude,
It's
see,
the
when he
most
directed
human
Alien 3,
response.
he wanted his chest bursting scene, like freaking
Yeah.
God. He's like, come on, I want to scar my actors. So
Isn't that
yeah,
crazy, bro? If I was in that, that's why all the like the reaction is
Dude.
just so genuine.
Dude, that
I'm like,
was so messed up.
yeah, insane.
yeah.
Also, did you know that I'm pretty sure Will Smith turned down the role for Brad Pitt's character?
Oh, interesting.
Uh-huh. I was like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't do Will Smith, but you
um,
know,
I feel like Fincher probably would have broke him.
Will Smith. I can't even do Will Smith. What's in the box? Like, I can't do Will
What is
Smith.
that?
Jordan, you want to go next?
Can't even do it.
Sure. I like I mentioned before the details. It's just like there's so much to appreciate with Fincher because he spends like intricately so many hours just every little thing in the shot. And so it's like if it's either the performance you can take from it or something he put in the shot or how it was shot. It's just every time I watch it, there's like something new. So you can never get bored. But like you guys were saying earlier, it flows and flies so fast. Like sometimes I get so sucked into it, I even forget that there's like a director making this just because the story is so gripping and so good. I mean,
It's crazy how much you forget, like on a rewatch. Because Grant kept
Yeah.
asking me questions, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't remember what goes on in this
Yeah.
movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like this is watching it for the first time. I'm like, all I remember is a couple traumatic scenes, and the rest is like, I'm
Like, I never forgot the trauma, but
yeah,
I did
but
forget the plot and some
I
of the
don't
other
remember
things.
anything
Yeah.
else. Like,
Yeah.
And some of the more innocent scenes and some of the more philosophical scenes, like deep things. Anyway, so
Yeah, and then obviously the one line, "What's in the box?" You can't forget that. Like,
what's in the box? What's in the magic box? All right, Cameron, how about you?
so for me, my favorite thing is because I mean I love serial killers, especially the psychology behind them, and so that's what like I think what makes this hold up so well and so intriguing is I love his ideology behind it. That he's like, I'm bringing justice to these sinners, and you're like,
Let's clip that, Jordan. Save that
yeah, I
audio,
love
Cameron.
serial
Who
killers.
loved the ideology that the serial killers abide by.
Cameron's
I
just
Shout
better
out.
understanding himself is all.
Yeah,
like
all
as
about
Jordan's wearing an
acceptance.
American Psycho t-shirt. Like and that's what I think is so cool and why I think it like aspects of that is what makes great villains because that's what even like Thanos like he's the best Marvel villain easily because his ideology like okay I could sort of see where you're coming from and that's what makes this so interesting is you're like this dude actually believes that he's doing good. Like he's not just like I'm evil. He's like no, like these people are sinners and I'm like cleansing the earth and you're like that's
But
one way to
it's
go about it.
but it is ironic that you get so much pleasure from following this higher power and you seem to enjoy hurting those people. It just doesn't seem
Uh-huh.
like martyrdom, does it? Dude, Morgan Freeman's so fetching smart playing 2D chess or 4D chess with this guy. Oh my gosh, so good.
Yeah, he's and
Oh,
that's what I
God.
love is he's like, and that's what I love. He's not trying to because Brad Pitt's trying to attack his character just and treating him like a regular person. Like, no, you're dumb. You're not Yoda. Like,
Stupid.
yeah.
Stupid.
But then like
You're
Morgan Freeman realizes like
on a
the
fetching
best
t-shirt.
way to try to get this guy is to break down like what he believes in. Because it's like he believes he's doing good, and so if he believes that he's not doing good, maybe there's a way to stop him. And so like, but Brad Pitt's just like, no, this guy thinks he's smart. He's not smart. It's like,
You're a serial killer of the week.
yeah, exactly. Like,
best.
he's pretty smart.
Yeah, fetching
So
t-shirt.
I think like that aspect of him being such a like intriguing villain because that's I also like on the rewatch I was like wait what I'm like what's sin 6 and 7 and then I'm like oh my gosh this I'm like it's his masterpiece because he
So
tied it
wait,
all
real quick.
together.
It was wrath and was it pride? What was it?
Envy.
Envy.
Because he was envious of his life, right? Is that what he
He was
said?
envious of his
Envious of his life.
mundane eat like normal life
Well, just
and then
being probably a normal human being because he
Right,
thinks
right.
like a serial killer.
And then he tries to play husband or whatever. Yeah. So
I know ugh. And
tries
so
to take his life. Yeah.
I'm
and then
glad we
and then-
didn't see that scene. I do not want to see him show
Yeah.
up and pretend
Oh
to
my
be
gosh.
husband.
Yeah, so and that's the other thing. So my second favorite thing is I think what I mean, kind of like what we talked about with like the showed like the restraint, but also even the emotion in this movie and why I think it's even more drama is because like that I think that scene with them all laughing and like the subway going by and just like, yeah, like I think it's so crazy because it's like this weird moment of bliss and beauty. Even, and I think it's like a perfect representation of it's like this movie is surrounded by so much garbage and like like just and like grossness that I think it's also representative of what the world around them is kind of like. Is because I think in like that one scene of happiness and they're getting to like to know each other and growing bonds is surrounded by so much death and horror that similar to like the world that they're in. It's like in this safe space like that they have their little home. It's like out in the outside world, there's so much evil and crap going on. And so that's why I just think like it makes it that much more impactful when like because Morgan Freeman's reaction says it all too. Because I love that he immediately goes to him and just says, "Don't like give me your gun." He doesn't even address like what's in the box. He just says, "Give me your gun. Put it down. Put it down." Like he just knows exactly his reaction, and he's not even like, "Hey, like this is really traumatic." He's just like, "Give me your weapon," because he knows how he'll react. And then also the restraint drives it even home like further. Like you were saying, Ty, you always like. I also thought that they showed the head, and you like to this day you never know if it was actually her head in the box or what was in the box. But like it's like so crazy that you're like, oh my gosh. And obviously Brad Pitt's performance of like when he starts crying, bro, it's like the most like you could just see just so much like defeat. And it's also you're like, no, don't do it. And he's like, come on, complete my masterpiece. And you're like, don't do it, don't do it. But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's so amazing.
it's crazy. So I'll throw out this movie baffles me. Is this before? This is before Usual Suspects. Usual Suspects, or is this
No,
is
usually
after? Right.
suspects is
This is
after.
what blows my mind. How did David Fincher nab Morgan Freeman, who just came off of Shawshank Redemption? Okay, David Fincher directed Alien 3, which was a bomb.
What?
Then he went
No,
on
they
to
both
direct.
came out the same year, 1995.
Yeah, both 1995.
I have 94 for Shawshank.
No,
Sorry,
seven
seven.
and Usual Suspects.
Oh, okay, got it. So thank you. Again, still the nab of Kevin Spacey at the time because he had already done. No, I don't think had he done American Beauty yet.
I don't think so.
Okay, but even then, nabbing Morgan Freeman the year after he does Shawshank, maybe that was the only biggest nab because like Brad Pitt in his own right in '95, like heartthrob. So this is kind of him
No,
into
American Beauty was in 99 and LA
'99.
Confidential was 97. So
Okay, so yeah, so you had their bigger roles after. So Spacey wasn't as big of a land as someone like Morgan Freeman would have been. But
but how did
again,
he how did he know that he was
how did
gonna
he
be
get
good?
Morgan Freeman? Yeah, and then obviously like Brad Pitt, and again nowadays it's like post Tarantino team ups and stuff with Brad Pitt and like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like the most famous actor of all
Yeah.
time arguably, but like at this time. But again, proving that he has a real dramatic muscle, like you said, like there's nothing about his physicality that like adds except the fact that he gets so beat up and injured in this movie. Okay, that's one thing I did know is that Brad Pitt injured his wrist while running around on the wet cars. He slipped and fell and injured his wrist, and so the brace they just wrote it in because like it's perfect. Like the more disheveled and beaten up Brad Pitt gets, like it's perfect. But he really injured his hand doing this film. So yeah, golly, I don't even know what to say about this film. I except I'm gonna consider putting it on my 100, but I have to watch it again, like back to back, to see if I feel any different. Because I'm like I'm dreading watching this movie for another 8-10 years. Seriously, I'm like put it off for another decade. I'll watch it then because it just takes a part of your soul. You basically form a Horcrux every time you watch this movie. So. But guys, I have to ask you, so I won't say my second favorite thing. I'm going to ask each of you, which of the deadly seven fates would you like to be faced with? If you had to choose,
None.
I would choose gluttony because I'm like already there. Just feed me up just a little bit more. Dying in a plate of spaghetti. That doesn't sound all that bad, except you eat so much that you
He
burst.
burst.
Implode.
But I die in spaghetti. I'll die doing what I love. So I'd probably say gluttony and maybe what is it? What's the one? Envy? No, what is it? Greed, gluttony, envy.
Wrath?
No, maybe what was it? Pride. She like had her nose cut off and then chose to take sleeping pills. I don't know how painful it would be if you were awake if he cut your nose off. Maybe it was, but she took sleeping pills,
Maybe.
so you just went to sleep.
Yes. Getting your nose cut off would hurt.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying I don't know if she was awake for it.
Of course she
She could have been
was. You think
possible. I don't know.
I doubt
Maybe he was nice. Maybe he treated her with anesthesia. I don't know.
Yeah, knowing this guy, I'm sure you thought
Yeah,
that.
he's methodical. Anyway, just yeah. What would you choose, Jordan? What you want? Freaking sloth?
Obviously,
Jordan,
Wrath. I mean, that
Yeah, I
way
want Wrath, quick and sweet.
Oh, you guys can't choose
Jordan,
the
quick.
last two. Yeah, you guys
you
can't choose
said one
last
of the
two.
7.
So Wrath just get a bullet to the head.
Or
Okay,
Yeah.
but if you're
No.
choosing Wrath, you have to witness all the other deaths because you orchestrated them. You freaks.
oh no, but Wrath means that we'd lose our wives. Grant, I take.
Give me
Envy.
Wrath.
Oh, you want to be like Brad Pitt? Yeah, you literally would. You're like, yeah,
I
I'd
just
rather
thought of-
not die.
I
I'll just
forgot.
put my wife's head in a box.
Okay, I take
Jeez.
it back. I would rather do Envy. Just get shot.
Envy. There you go. Yeah. But then you have to be the one that orchestrated all this stuff. You had to watch all those people. You had to orchestrate all that, dude.
Oh my
You had to take
gosh,
care of
there's
a
no
man
winning
for a
with you.
year on a bed.
Yeah, dude,
You had to-
that's
you had to care
sloth
for
is
him,
easily
dude.
the worst, bro. Can you imagine some dude like nursing you back to health while keeping you like deathly ill? That is the scariest thing ever. Eat up. Let me die.
I
Like-
can't get over that, dude.
Like,
Dude, guys.
you know
Okay,
that guy begged.
one thing about the first time I watched this movie, I remember watching on my laptop and I've only done this twice where I've jumped and thrown my device. It was Se7en and it was the movie what's the one with Ethan Hawke? What is it?
Training Day?
No. The horror movie. Where he's a writer, Stephen King.
Sinister.
Sinister, thank you. I can never remember the title, Sinister. And if you've seen Sinister, you know the scene I'm talking about. But this movie, the first time, like he said, he scared his extras, his actors on set. It scared me at home, dude. That was
Yeah.
so terrifying. Because for the first time, the movie feels like it enters into supernatural territory. Because they're like,
He looks like a zombie.
it's a fetching the dead. He's still alive and
And he's just like
can't handle it, dude.
Dude, he begged for months and months. Just please kill me, please.
Well, and you see the photos, he's like going through them and he's like, here he is deteriorated. And then he like has the first day a year ago. He had kept him locked and chained away. Oh my gosh. So terrifying. So terrifying. So anyway, Grant, how about you? You had to choose one of the deaths.
Oh my gosh, I don't like this question.
I love it. Because I was gonna mock each of you for decisions. Like,
Well, yeah,
none of them are good.
We already gave you our decisions. And you mocked them.
Yeah, I was.
I
Gonna
didn't
take
hear
the quick
Grant's.
bullet
Give
to the
me
head.
lust,
both will.
Ty.
Yeah. I just wanted to catch which one he wanted. Lust. Okay.
That would be that I still think I might take lust over sloth, bro. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Sloth,
I don't know,
sloth I still think is the worst. Someone just keep nursing you to practically to death. You're just
And then what did he say? The coroner or someone, I can't remember if it was the doctor, but he's like just a little bit of shock would like send this guy over the edge. He's got a long, painful recovery. Like I'm like, dude, just kill me. I'd be like, shoot
just
him in the head.
euthanize him, please.
Yeah, please do not nurse that guy back to health. There's no future for
He's
him.
not, dude. Yeah, can you imagine the PTSD this dude's gonna
Oh
have?
my gosh, forget it, dude. Forget it.
I don't know. The doctor
Oh.
said his brain was mush, so
Oh
Oh
man.
my gosh. Well, let's see. I gotta consult my notes because I wrote plenty of notes about it. But yeah, again, I thought I was watching an edited version of the film when I didn't see David Fincher's little notebooks and stuff. But yeah, there's like a
I
little
always forget there's a
beginning,
little clip at the beginning. I don't know why.
and there's a clip at the end. Like after I actually
Well, that
thought I was
one
like, it
actually was
ends.
tacked on because the studio, it was originally ended. It goes black when they're just standing there.
No way.
And the studio's like too dark.
Yeah, so get Morgan Freeman to say what was Edgar Allan Poe or some poet was like, the world is a beautiful place and it's worth fighting for, and he goes, I agree with the latter. Somehow that makes it a better ending, like I guess because we're to understand that he's willing to fight now and he's not going to retire, but you're also like, it's kind of sad.
I just think
He
they
has to
didn't
keep
want the
fighting in this
last
world.
image to be was like him.
Brad Pitt losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost, which was so sad. He lost against freaking John Doe, which is also great, guys. Okay, one thing but I really liked about this, and I want to look into this, the first credit that's given to the actor at the end is James, what's his name? David Spade? Is that his name? David Spade? James Spader. What's his freaking name?
Yeah.
Guys, help me out.
Is it not
What
David
are you
Spade?
talking about?
No,
Oh,
it's
no.
not
Kevin
David
Spacey.
Spade.
Yeah. See, David
Kevin-
Spade is
whatever,
Adam
Kevin Spacey.
Sandler's friend.
David
What are we doing?
Spade
Joe
is
Dirt?
from- Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys, I know I was blanking on Kevin Spacey's name. He just hasn't been in anything since he's been canceled. But so that's the other thing too. I was gonna point out, like, this guy has always been crazy. Did anyone ever like think Kevin Spacey had it together? This guy has played serial killers. He's got one boiling under the surface. Turns out he's a creep. We always just knew it, you know. It's kind of like
I
Mel
thought he was
Gibson.
acquitted or whatever. Or is that somebody else?
Probably somebody else. I don't know. If we see him in a movie in another few years, either we've forgiven him or it doesn't matter anymore. I don't know.
Part of
I
mean
don't know how
slow.
this
Was he
works.
slow?
Was he slow?
Was he slow?
That Baby Driver, dude. Yeah, terrifying. You know, it'd be great. Maybe we could punish him. He could only play characters like John Doe, like that. That's he's gonna be typecast as like
I bet
that
you
guy.
like this, you freak.
But you like this, you freak, dance around in your grandma's underwear,
Covered in peanut butter.
granny panties. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I thought, I was like, I'm watching an edited version of this movie. And then I saw Gwyneth Paltrow and her head was still attached. So then I realized, oh, it's just the beginning of the movie. I haven't finished it yet. So
my gosh. I've got a quote when he's like I love when he's trying to get, because it's just so fun that Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt are such opposite cops, where Morgan Freeman reads books and Brad Pitt's trying to read a book, and he's like, Dante, you poetry writing. Let's cut that.
Oh, good, dude. I love it. Yeah, and then yeah, he's like, I want him reassigned. I don't want him on his first case. He's like, hey, it's not my first assignment, you. It's like his ridiculous like non-PC.
He's like almost like a frat boy, like that
Yeah,
detective. It's just like he's just so like brutal with his like attempt to like display justice too. And it's so interesting because honestly, this reminds me so much of the TV show Gotham, and Gotham probably took so much inspiration from this, where it's literally kind of posing that question where it's like, is it even worth trying to be a good cop in a bad town? Because it's like in order to get anything done, you have to compromise yourself, or it's like if you try to stay good, you're just going to get nothing done. And so it's like, where do you draw the line of compromising your own morals to get
Cameron,
to, like...
the line was moved. Zakaria.
Dude, so good. So a quick question.
Yes, what are you?
So I mentioned earlier, and I wanted to finish my thought about why Kevin Spacey's name was shown first at the end. So and a lot of this will do with, for me, and my thought was there's copycat killers, serial killers, and stuff like that. But what's weird is we live in a world where, and David Fincher might be shedding a little light on that, is we do remember the serial killers, Jeffrey Dahmer. We remember John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy. Yeah, all these famous serial killers, like we know them, but we don't know a single cop hero that brought them in. We don't know a single cop that put a stop to these monsters. We always remember the monsters and their name. Like, I'll ask you, does anyone know Brad Pitt's name in this movie versus Kevin Spacey's character's name in this movie? Can anyone think?
Detective Mills or something, right?
You got it, Jordan. I figured you might, Jordan, out of all four of us. But like, I'll be honest, for a second there, I was like, yeah, I obviously know his character is John Doe, but I'm like, that's easier because, again, that's the name you give somebody that doesn't have an identity. But it is just crazy to me that you're like, yeah, at the very end, David Fincher credits Kevin Spacey in the credits. Like, it's like Kevin Spacey as John
that's
Doe.
True. I couldn't name a real cop that brought in any of the
right. And that's to my
killers.
point, which is kind of sad. And I think it speaks to Morgan Freeman's thing where he was talking how naive Brad Pitt was, where it's like, Cameron, you mentioned it, right? Like you try to be good, you try to, because he's like, look, I'm now at apathy. I can't be bothered to think about this. He even tells was it the other tenant or the other cop? I think it was the police sergeant. He's like, I walked home last night, there was a stabbing. He stabbed both his eyes out. And you're just like, I don't even know what's going on in this world. And it actually brings back to one of my favorite movies of all time, which was No Country for Old Men, who Tommy Lee Jones has this conversation where he's like, I don't even recognize this world anymore. It's so evil, it's so dark. And he tells him, he's like, there's always been bad stuff. The world's always been awful, but it's about brave, valiant people that will take a torch and go on forge ahead and light a campfire so you can come and huddle around it at the end of the night. Like, that's literally what life is. And it's this awful fallen world we live in. And this movie sheds light on it. Like, and it's not a very light movie. It's very dark, in fact.
Sheds darkness on it.
Sheds darkness on that fact. Dax. So anyway, I find that really interesting, is like, we know the serial killer and he steals the freaking show. He shows up in the last like 30. I'm always like, how does this movie wrap up? And I'm like, oh, detective. Yes, that was my other quote too. Detective. I'm the one you're looking for. Get down. Get your hands on your freaking. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's terrifying. But oh man, so scary. Anyway, do you guys have any other quotes or things you want to throw out?
Now, do we recommend this? If you're a film buff and you have a strong stomach,
Yeah.
yes.
One
If
last thing I wanted
not-
to throw out. One last thing I wanted to throw out that gave me insomnia vibes. Jordan will like this, was when Brad Pitt kicks down the door. This is one of the first times where we
Oh,
see
yeah.
Brad Pitt kick, like, so he's like, we need to get a warrant. We can't just be here. And then he just kicks down the door and he's like, oh, like, unless you can fix it, like, I guess there's no sense. He's like, you arrogant. He's like, you son of a gun. Like, you just, anyway.
Yeah.
And then it's amazing. He goes and what does he do? He pays a witness to come false testimony that they report. And then Morgan Freeman's just watching him on the side. And I just, again, it speaks to Brad
Insomnia
Pitt
planting the evidence. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about.
yeah, no. Well, that was the movie it made me think of. Yes, was Insomnia, with the detective doing by any means to get their guy. And you're like, yeah, you put away bad people, but he couldn't let him go free. Like, it was too much on his conscience. But you're like, but then you it's a slippery slope,
Yeah,
and it's great.
You become now the evil to replace him.
Yes, which is such a great, because again, they actually had this where he kicks down the door. That's a great, it's very believable at the end. There's no way he's not going to pull the trigger, which is again why Morgan Freeman runs down, put your gun down. He just knows there's no way he is going to resist. And again, it was literally just for chasing him down the street and giving him a cut,
he
and
wins.
Yeah, and he did, and that's what's so sad, because in the end he even says, he goes, I will be remembered. And it's like, no one will remember you. But he goes, I am making you famous though. And honestly, had he not done it, that could have made him a hero. But like, in the end, it's like, now he's just a guy who had his wife killed by a serial killer. And it showed amazing restraint, but like, he loses. It's a lose-lose. It's so tragic, because if he kills him, it's like he gets that one moment temporary. But you see Brad Pitt, amazing acting, by the way. He's not gratified from the revenge. Like, it does nothing for him. And then he's in the back of the car. He looks like a mental patient. Like, and they're like, and we'll take care of him. And he's like, yeah, please take care of him. And that's how the movie ends. And you're like, Brad Pitt is like broken, disheveled, sad. It is the sad. And then they went and carted him off to 12 Monkeys Insane Asylum, and he became
It came out the same year, Ty. So
I know, dude.
That makes sense, actually, that he would
Crazy.
go nuts after that.
Guys, this is so crazy, dude. They're just not messing around, dude. So freaking good.
do we recommend? Do you three?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Grant's no caveat recommend.
If you like serial killers, yeah.
And I just love, those conversations that they have, man, at the bar. But yes, definitely watch it. Like, there's so much more than just like, oh, this is like a creepy.
Surprised
serial
nobody
killer.
mentioned that
It's
Cameron
so-
is literally Detective Mills. Sorry. Saying.
Jordan, you gotta make up your mind. I'm either
Unhinged,
Yeah.
unrestrained.
I'm either
Well,
the serial killer.
Maybe there's a movie theory where Mills and John Doe are the same person, right?
Yeah, there you go. And Cameron.
No, yeah,
He's obsessed with
I just
catching
got to
the
tell the
serial killer.
people my favorite review of Jordan's ever done on Letterboxd was talking about Demolition. Jake Gyllenhaal's character. He said, "This
Yeah.
is literally Cameron. Pretends nothing bothers him while he's coming apart at the seams, trying to cry but can't because he's a serial killer."
Because there's literally a scene where Jake Gyllenhaal is trying to cry
Yeah, he's
and
like-
looking in the mirror. And I'm like, that's totally Cameron.
He's got to practice crying. It's for sympathy. Oh my gosh.
That's
so
great.
good.
So funny.
Anyway, folks, give Seven a watch. It's not for the faint of heart, because if your imagination is
And-
warped and twisted like ours, you'll fill in the gaps, folks. And
You
your
wanna know
imagination will keep you up at night.
A perfect double feature is watch The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo after this.
Do not.
Or Gone Girl, for that
Do
matter, dude.
not.
David Fincher's body of work, dude. Yeah, just keep going down.
Just
that
watch
road.
them all.
Yeah.
Do not sequentially watch David Fincher movies. And then after Girl with Dragon
Silence of the
Tattoo,
Lambs,
watch
Fight
Gone
Club,
Girl
yeah.
while you're at it too.
I watched Girl with Dragon Tattoo with my wife. It's so good. So good.
I still haven't seen that.
Well,
You
you just
don't
have to
need to
skip
see it.
over 7 scenes, Grant. That's all.
Was that all?
See,
And
this
Grant,
one doesn't show you the stuff. That one does. It shows you everything, Grant.
everything.
Everything. It holds
Maybe
nothing.
he just learned the
out.
executives, they learned to get out of his way. He's like, well, this guy brings in viewers, and it's like, but people can't be watching this stuff, can they? It's like, yeah, it turns out they can. A lot of people will forgive a lot of stuff. It's pretty sick. We live in this world. Dadgummit.
It's a sick world.
Sick world we live in. Sick people. Yeah, that's right. All right,
Is
guys.
that Good Burger? What is that?
That's
Yeah,
Jingle
it's
All the
Jingle
Way.
All the Way.
Jingle All
It's
the Way,
Sinbad, yeah.
Yeah, it's Sinbad.
We end every movie podcast by sharing movies that we've seen lately, movies that we're looking forward to seeing. Okay, Cameron, how about you?
So I've been watching a lot of Adventure Time, which has been fun. And then I watched the new episode of Invincible, which was fetching insane.
Oh, has everybody watched it? Ty, you
Man.
watched it?
No. Do
All
not
right,
Oh,
don't
sorry.
spoil it.
No,
They're starting
not
to
the
be,
latest.
they're starting to
don't-
become a little Game of Thrones-y. I'm like,
What,
yeah,
killing
don't
off
say-
characters you
Don't
like?
say anything. Don't say anything.
Why?
Stop,
Holy
Cameron.
yeah.
and
Man, chill.
it's insane, and the violence is insane. I'm just like, like
There were
Jordan,
real
the one-
stakes. I'll say that. Yeah. Yeah. Real stakes.
like this isn't a big spoiler, but Jordan, the scene with Rex Blow when he's like stabbing the dude with his broken off arm, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I watching? Insane. But that's amazing. And then also the episode before was excellent. I watched Sicario, Day of the Soldado. Man, that movie is bun cheeks. So they essentially took
One cheeks.
they
So
literally
two thumbs up. It's just my butt.
dude, like the first
an-
bit
it's a
of
butt
it
crack.
because it's the same writers and it's still got
Yeah.
Benicio and Josh.
Yeah,
and so was
I
like,
did want to
okay,
see it.
it's got
Yeah.
some hope. And first half, I was like, oh, this is a really clever idea because it's essentially they're like trying to kidnap a daughter of a cartel person to start a cartel war and trying to make it look like the cartels. But
I'm
then
gonna watch it. That sounds great. Don't spoil it. Sorry, that's all I needed to hear. I'm gonna watch it. But it's not good.
they ruined Benicio's character.
Yeah.
They tried to make some like redemption arc of like he's actually a good guy. I'm like the same guy who murdered 2 kids while eating dinner and shot them in their face and said, Coleman.
He doesn't shoot the kids. He sends them away, doesn't he? He shoots the father. Did he shoot the
He
kids?
shoots the
family.
wife and the 2 kids in front of the father, lets him soak in the moment.
Oh,
of,
that's
my
right.
family was
Yeah.
murdered in front of me, and then he shoots him in the face.
Now, quick question though. This is before or after? Is it a prequel?
It's after.
Sequel.
Oh, see, yeah, you're right.
And so then they try to make him look like, well, this guy cares about like this girl because he had a daughter thrown a vat of acid. I'm like, this dude shot kids in the face, like 4 inches from them. He has
Sorry.
no remorse.
But Cameron, it makes me think you're gonna love Acolyte, which is the new Star Wars project that Disney Plus is putting out, where I think it's after the Rise of Skywalker, or I don't know where it is. It's like after Luke, but anyway, it's literally like the perspective of like the villains in the right context and people in positions of power. Like they're gonna do the Captain America Falcon thing where it's like the terrorists are like the empathetic people you're supposed to root for. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just it was so out of character.
Who asked for this?
It was so
They
out
did
of
that on
character
Home
from-
Alone as well. Like they made the villains
Home
the good
Alone.
guys. Yeah.
Really?
The Home Alone remake. They
No
spent the
way.
entire movie.
There's a
with-
Home Alone remake?
Yes,
Yeah.
Disney made a Home Alone remake, and they spent the entire film with the villains and showed why they're the good characters.
Oh, it's like some spoiled rich kid who's like
What?
torturing them,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And
Well,
you're
they
like,
actually
yes,
made that
kill this
movie. Wasn't
kid.
it called like Better Watch Out or something like that? There was a Christmas one where he tortures
yeah.
a babysitter or something. It's
Yeah,
kind
that
of the
was
same
weird.
thing.
But
But it was its own thing.
Yeah.
So.
no, but yeah, so I don't know. I was just also
Funny.
one of my coworkers love him because I recommended Sicario to him and he loved it, and then he watched Sicario 2 and said it was better than the first one, which I immediately knew was like
Okay, Cameron, I should tell you, yeah, the reviews, they're still really high. And I think it even had a higher audience score than Denis Villeneuve's first one.
yeah, we'll see. And I think
I'll have to double
It's because
check.
people are uncultured.
No.
Yeah, well, they didn't understand the
Uncultured
freaking movie. Yeah,
swine.
they kept thinking there was just going to be this epic shootout, and it's like a very slow.
see, I
intimate,
will say
quiet
I
scene, you know?
understand why people would like the second
Yeah.
one better because I think the second one is much more lighthearted. But I'm like that undercuts and undermines the entire plot of the
First
first one because
Yeah.
the first one is depressing because it's like one, it ends on what's his name like murdering a
The wolf.
family
Yeah.
and then it ends with him saying sign this. I can't sign that, and putting the gun. You can sign it, and you're like, "Oh
That's
my
a
gosh,
dude.
this is
So
insane!" and then
good.
her pointing the gun at him, and he's
I-
essentially like,
I was screaming at her, sign it, stupid hoe.
I know, dude, because she's the antagonist. But no, but like, and so that's the thing is I understand like
She's the antagonist.
because I think it's just a much more digestible movie. It's like because it's more of like a oh hurrah, protect the girl, like versus like the first one is just so like woo, that's a heavy like film. So,
Tough
but
stuff.
but then yeah, I don't know, not and then we watched half of uh Tragedy of Macbeth, because Colton and Drew were both really wanting to watch it, and it's so funny. Like
Is
20
that the
minutes.
Joel Cohen one?
Yeah,
The
it's like
yeah,
20
I like
minutes
that one.
in, Drew turns to me because I told him I'm like it's really good, but I'm like not my favorite. I really struggled watching it, and then like 20 minutes in, Drew turns to me and goes, "I'm really struggling," and I'm like, because I told him I was like the people who struggle with it most is me and Jordan, and we're both. So I was like, I'm
Yeah.
like the English in it is not English, so prepare yourselves to like try to
So
translate.
good. Just let it wash over you. And then if you understand the story, you don't need to understand every single thing they're saying.
I
I can't
understand
Is
understand
this
nothing.
the remake of Macbeth story or
Yeah.
whatever?
Well, a
Yeah.
remake. It's like a really well done
And
version
do
of
they
it.
speak like they do
It's
in
big-
Macbeth, Grant? So it's like
It's
literally like,
Shakespearean,
It's
yeah.
the Shakespearean.
It's
Yeah, it's
yeah,
awesome. It's
and
the one they
it's
should play in school because it was
It's
way better than that
ununderstandable.
garbage I watched I watched like some 70s film. It was so dumb.
Yeah, I probably did too. Yeah.
it's almost as good as Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Stop, dude. Heresy.
Dude, did you know that
Blasphemy.
Paul Rudd is in that one of my buddies watched it this weekend. He was like, it was so trash. And he goes, Paul Rudd is the other love interest across from he's the one that the parents
the
want the daughter to
Capulets.
date,
Wow,
not
that's
the
That's
funny.
hilarious.
I'm like, that's crazy. But yeah, that's everything I've watched. I'm just looking forward to the next Invincible episode, which I think comes out tonight,
Yeah,
and
boy.
then watching more.
Thursday. Usually it comes out a Thursday, I think.
Oh,
At like
true.
midnight if you stay
Yeah.
up till 12
Yeah.
I think it comes out
And-
like a 6 or 7.
And then also I want to watch Roadhouse, even though Jordan told me it's absolute garbage and I haven't heard a
I
single
do want to
good
see it
about
too.
it.
Yeah.
I want to see it
I'm
just
gonna
because
watch it.
I'm
gonna see it.
obligated as a Gyllenhaal fan.
I think
to
Cameron
Yeah,
should
watch
watch
it.
it.
what are
Nobody
you?
else should.
You're a Gyllenhaal
No, no,
fan,
no, no,
Cameron? I
no,
don't
no.
know if
Not
that's the
Gyllenhaal
appropriate
fan.
word.
You're a
Yeah, more like
Gyllenhaal
stalker,
worshiper.
lover. Yeah.
Yes, worshiper.
Yeah, no, because like I
Cameron's
watched
starting to look like Gyllenhaal. Has anyone noticed that? Is it just me?
like I watched Ambulance because he was in it. The movie was pretty trash, but his
Ambulance.
performance is so good.
It
Get
Yeah,
really
he
off
was the
my
best part of
ambulance!
it.
I started it and it just couldn't keep my interest. But
Oh no,
Just-
it's so
Ty,
bad.
just
but
skip to
he's-
all of his scenes.
Yeah,
so
his scenes are
good.
so
just,
weird.
just do the super cut of all Jake
Yeah,
Gyllenhaal
them
scenes.
too. It's so good.
Love it. All right, Grant. What about you? Movies that you've seen lately?
Trying to remember all the things that I watched. Lisa and I watched a couple of the Mission Impossibles. Those are pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
Watched the most recent one. We're probably gonna watch the second one when it comes out.
Insane.
It's
Yeah.
good. Still
I'm
wasn't as
excited for
good
part
as
2.
Rogue Nation, or no, not Rogue Nation. The Fallout.
Ghost
Fallout was
Protocol.
better.
No, Ghost Protocol.
I still think Fallout was better than Ghost
Really?
Protocol.
I think
Yeah.
Which one's
Ghost
Fallout?
Protocol is my favorite.
I still think 3 is like my favorite though. I still like the third one, dude.
for me,
That movie's so
3
good.
is number 3. For me, I think it goes Ghost
Yeah.
Protocol and then 7 Part 1, or like the newest one,
Yeah.
and then 3.
Dude, no. You need to watch Fallout again, dude. That scene in the bathroom with Henry Cavill, that is such like
The
that is like
that was
that
good.
is
Yeah.
a S tier scene. Just using the suitcase, the
That's the only one I
pipes.
haven't finished yet, and I even
Henry
finished number
Cavill
2.
cocks his fist. Dude, watch that
Well,
scene again.
see, Ty, did you know
I
he was
lo-
doing that because his arms were cramping? It wasn't even intentional. It was his arms were cramping because they had to reshoot that scene so many times.
So good,
So
dude.
he was like doing it to like not have him cramp, and then the director was like, "That was
I
amazing."
like
What
that.
was
I like that. You look tough. Do it again.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm tired. Get back to work. Shut up. I'm gonna have a freaking alien burst out of your chest and not tell you about it. Oh, that's not David Fincher or Ridley Scott. All right. How about what else, Grant? You've been watching Mission Impossible.
And then actually just before this, I watched Casablanca for the first time.
Yeah, good movie, huh?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's slow. It's like,
Oh,
well,
wait, Grant,
Anything,
guys,
anything
this is coming from
before
the guy. Yeah.
2005 for Grant is
Yeah.
garbage.
No, this is Grant. He's like, well, there's a lot of boring dialogue scenes that actually are used to build character, explain the story, give exposition, all of that.
Yeah.
Grant ignores all that. And so if he's not invested in the characters, I could see how Casablanca might fail to capture your interest. You moron.
I mean, it was
These
more
are
of just like
Nazis
this.
dying. What's going on?
It was more. It was just more of a, like a matter of fact kind of movie. Just like, I don't know, just like it was a very plain story. Like you follow
Oh
these
my
characters, and
word.
you're like, okay, you start caring about them, and then it's like, okay, get on that plane and leave. And you're like, okay, I guess it's over.
Guys, I just want to apologize to
I
all our
don't
listeners.
know.
Grant's an uncultured swine, dude. Sorry.
I was
It's
waiting for
fine.
the scene
It's
where they
fine.
shoot
You
up
get it.
Hitler's face into Swiss cheese.
Dude, no one pulls a gun on this movie. It's so boring. Grant would have been like, it would have been way more entertaining if there was a bomb in that piano ticking down.
Piano.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then I think
We
a couple
forgive you,
days
Grant.
ago, I watched Sound of Freedom. It was
Mm.
pretty good. I enjoyed it.
So now you're never gonna let Lucy out the house.
I know. I was like,
Hold on to your precious ones. God's
Yeah,
children are not
exactly.
for sale. You hear
Uh-huh.
that sound? It's the sound of freedom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they did a
freaking
pretty good
intense
job
movie.
with that.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I'll ever rewatch that movie again. That was a
Yeah.
tough watch. Well done.
Yep.
But
Me
I
and
don't think I'll ever
Jordan,
watch
me and Jordan use Mission Impossible Reckoning or whatever as our like lift up from Sound of Freedom. We're like,
Yeah,
man, we need
yeah.
a breather.
it. Did double feature, yeah. Mission
Tom
Impossible.
Cruise ride a motorcycle up a mountain, bro. That's what I need right now.
Love it. Are you
Yep,
looking forward
that's
to
it.
anything, Grant? Do you have
Grant,
anything on your
watch
watch list?
Invincible.
Yeah,
new
why the
season.
fuck
I
aren't
know.
you two
Well,
watching Invincible?
I want to wait till it's all out, and then I
You're
can
so
binge it
lame,
all.
bro.
No,
Colton-
I
Colton
have
was
the
would agree.
patience. You don't.
Colton
Yeah.
was what patient? Colton was complaining about it today. He's like, I wish I would have started Invincible so that I could watch sequentially. And I'm like, excuse me, I waited 3 years after season 1, so don't come talking to me about wished you waited.
I
Well
love
worth it though. Then they
Oh, yeah.
nailed it.
I'm actually kind of a fan of watching episodic weekly.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
am, because you
It's
think
really
about it
fun.
more, and because when you
Well,
watch the
You get
whole
excited
story,
for the next episode.
there's no
I mean, I guess,
cliffhanger.
but they have to deliver though. That's the problem. Like
True.
And
when
they
were
have
doing,
every
They
when I
have.
was,
yeah,
I understand, but I'm just saying,
They
like,
have.
like
They have
Mandalorian,
every time.
waiting a week between each one. Like after the first episode, I was like, "This is gonna be the best like show ever," and then it just like,
Grant, this is
not
my
that good.
Grant. This is my.
Well, did you
rating.
watch Beyond season 1? That's your problem. You,
Oh, yeah.
you can't watch
Yeah.
Beyond
Grant,
season 1.
Grant, this
Well,
is
no,
my rate.
I'm just saying, waiting a week, you feel in like you're like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do? You build up all these ideas. You're like, this would be so sick, and then they don't deliver. So
Yeah,
that's
if they
all I'm
have bad
saying.
writers.
Grant's
Grant,
imagination is way more
I
creative than what
understand.
my
a
reviews,
team
Grant,
of-
for
All I'm
this
saying
season,
is why I do it.
season 2 of Invincible, it's 8, 9, 8, 10, 9, 9. It's literally
wow.
just been
Those are your star ratings for each
amazing.
episode. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It is wild how they keep getting me to care so, like, every episode just feels like a whole
and there's so
story.
many- there's
It's like
so
Rick
many,
and Morty initially, like it was like these ideas could be so and they're just like
Jordan,
blowing
there's
through
so
them,
many
like,
arcs that I forgot about, especially that they
Yes,
brought back in this
yes.
episode that I'm like, holy fudge, I forgot this dude is in this season. I'm like, how are they gonna bring it in? I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I'm
That's
trying
good
not
stuff.
to spoil anything for them. Are you done, Grant?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
It's
You
Okay,
guys are
shut
just
up,
railing me
Grant.
about not watching it yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched so I wasn't on the podcast last week. I'm so sorry I forgot to rewatch The Guest. I'm Dan Stevens, love him. And I know she'll never leave me. He left like Down Abbey so he could
Easily
record
Adam Wingard's
that.
best movie.
Really? Is that why he left? No
He
way.
freaking left. He left so he could be a CGI
Wow.
monstrosity, a freaking blemish.
But it's okay
weird.
because he eventually ended up on the guest, and I'm very glad it ended up
Great.
that way. So
Yeah.
Jordan, do you think it's Adam Wingard's best or no?
Yeah. No, Your Next is way
Yeah.
better.
No, I don't know. They're both awesome. I don't really have them ranked.
Do you
They're-
like
they're
Your
both
Next
S tier.
more than or
Better
less
than
They're-
than
no, they're
Godzilla
both
versus
there.
Kong.
Thank
They're
you.
both at this
Both.
S tier. They're both perfect.
S tier?
Jordan, both
I
better
have to
than
rewatch Your
Godzilla
Next
versus
again.
Kong, though. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Dude,
Did you watch that?
I want to
What?
watch
Of
Godzilla
course.
-1. Has
We
anyone
watched
seen
it
that
together,
yet?
Grant.
Has
You, me,
anyone
and
seen-
Jordan watched it together.
Has anyone here seen Godzilla -1?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
Yeah.
newest one.
I do
Oh,
want to see
it's not
that.
out yet.
I know. Looks
I do
I've
great.
heard good
recommend
things
Ty.
about -1 actually.
Okay.
Mhm.
I've heard great things.
Okay, Ty.
So I watched. So yeah, sorry for not coming on the podcast, but so I have like only 5 movies, but I never have like 5 movies. But it's because it's been 2 weeks, guys. So I pace myself. I
Cameron has 5
watched.
movies in one day.
Yeah, I watched Nimona, which was like an animated film about some shape-shifting vampire sidekick that wants to team up with this other guy and take down this evil kingdom. I like some of the animation style. The movie's kind of they kind of do this thing where I think the animators had a fun time making it, but this is pretty shallow ultimately. It's like it's failing to have any of that Disney Pixar charm, and it fails to have like the irreverent. It's too safe. So DreamWorks, like pick a lane, like either be more irreverent and the naughty, or it's just too safe and it's not charming enough. So you're like, it was just anyway. There were some fun moments,
Not philosophical enough to be a Studio Ghibli.
yeah, nothing to read into it other than like it's an allegory for people. Like that's it, because she's a shapeshifter and she's not accepted in society, and you know.
Interesting.
But either way, one of my favorite things though, one of the reviews was like, so why is she supposed to garner her sympathy though? Because she literally like destroys property. She doesn't play by the rules, and she's like, why doesn't society accept me? And it's like, maybe because you set things on fire and kill people. Like, maybe that's it. But it's like she's obviously acting out because she's not accepted. It's just a snake eating its own tail, right? Chicken or the egg, which came first, right? But in the end, it's like it's a
X-Men
misunderstanding.
did that
She's
message
a bear.
better.
Oh, of course, guys, that's what I'm saying. Nimona, don't watch it, but literally, she's like a bear playing with a child, and then this village is like, get that bear away from our kids, and then they poke it, and then she's like, I guess I'm gonna be a murderous monster now. And you're like,
That's what happened to
okay, you could
Magneto.
understand where, yeah, it's like they were a little concerned about their daughter playing with a bear. They didn't know you were a shape-shifting
it was a
person.
bad version of Brother Bear.
Sure. Or but at the
Brave.
very end though, I'm gonna spoil it. So if you guys don't want Nimona spoiled for you, she shapeshifts into the monster with a prophecy and everything, and she's like going into the town square, and there's like a statue with a sword outstretched, and she's like ready to fall on it. She's going to commit suicide. This movie gets dark like fast, and I'm like, don't really care for this allegory for my kids. So thankfully I watched this movie with my wife before, and I'm like, yeah, my kids won't be seeing this, because apparently it's acceptable if you're not accepted into the society that you're born into, or your family or whatever. It's just acceptable to
Kill
like kill
yourself.
yourself. Like, yeah, pretty heavy stuff. So I said it was safe, but it was like it just felt unearned at the end. It's like, I'm so sad, I'm gonna kill myself now. It's like, okay, you've been living on your own for like thousands of years, and then all of a sudden, like, you try to help one person and he fails, and then you get close to him, and then it just it's the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm gonna go impale myself on this statue. Anyway, nice work, Nimona. I think you needed some help finishing your movie, because then I saw the Sea Beast, which has Carl Urban, right? Is he the Judge Dredd, and the boys, right? Carl Urban.
Oh,
Or is
yeah,
it
yeah.
Keith Urban. Carl Urban. Pretty sure it's Carl Urban. He does the voice of the Sea Beast, and this was actually a really fun movie. It's kind of like How to Train Your Dragon. They're like hunting sea creatures. It kind of feels like Sinbad and the Voyage of the Seven Seas or whatever. I don't know if you've seen
Love that
cartoon.
movie.
I haven't seen that.
If you love Cameron, you'll love Sea Beast then. If you like Sinbad, because this movie is awesome. The animation is cool. There's no messaging, which is awesome. It's literally just like a movie they clearly wanted to. I will say there is a messaging, but it was like fine, and it's like 2
Did you
seconds.
see Wonka?
awesome.
That one has no messaging. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, finally a movie where I'm not choking.
Yeah,
on a
they're
message.
not. Well, I didn't see Wonka, but
Yeah,
I think I will see it.
it's
but,
Carl Urban. Keith
That's good.
Urban is a singer.
Carl Urban. That's right. Thank you. I know. It's like I've known both names. Carl Urban, and does the voice, and
Better known as Butcher.
The Sea Monster is
Budge.
the Sea Beast movie is really
Oi.
good. The Sea Monster is impressive. The effects are so awesome. The water, I don't know how they're getting so good at animating, guys. But it feels like a movie like Pirates of the Caribbean in a way, where it's like sea monsters are back, adventure, voyage. It's just cool. So if you like pirates at all, if you like cartoons, animation, action, this movie has it all. So Sea Beast was awesome. And then I watched a movie called Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Pretty
I
good,
watched
coming
it
of age.
too.
Kind of feels like a
It's good.
Got Margot. I just
It's-
got my wife, Rachel.
yeah, Rachel McAdams with the 70s haircut. I knew you'd make a comment about it. I didn't know if
I
you'd
need to
seen
watch
it,
it.
Cameron.
I need to watch it just to see her, bro. I walked in on mom watching.
She's
and I'm
like such an
"She's
endearing mom.
gorgeous."
She's great in the movie. She's probably
Dude,
the
Benny
best part of it.
Safdie. I'm so glad he's getting.
And Benny Safdie is the father, which
Work.
yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like,
Jordan's
oh,
review on that
he's-
is also hilarious. Jordan's like, I don't know what type of witchcraft Rachel McAdams is doing, but she does not age.
She does.
Yeah, and
I
yeah,
said it's
well,
'cause she's
it's all the babies they're eating, right? They're just eating babies in Hollywood.
No, what did Sandra Bullock say in the
Yeah, it
interview
was
with
the baby
they're
skin
they're
from,
actually
like,
taking
Korean.
baby what is it? Korean baby skin and injecting it in their face. It's the most disturbing
Oh my
interview.
gosh.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, what is this? Sandra
It's
Bullock?
Sandra-
it's Ellen interviewing
Sandra
Sandra
Bullock.
Bullock and asking her how she stays young, and she's essentially trying to get her to say what it actually is. She keeps
She
dodging
keeps
the question.
dancing around it, and she's like, "You're taking Korean baby skin and injecting it in your face."
Well, was that just a joke? It just seems
No,
so oddly
she
specific.
was trying to call her out on it.
Yeah,
Why is Ellen so mean?
Well,
it's her haircut.
you got shut down.
No, I'm kidding. Well,
If you had that haircut, Ty,
yells at
you
her
would be
staff,
mean
yeah.
too.
No, I know. She yells at her staff. Anyway, it just made me laugh because Ellen. Anyway, and then I watched a movie called Haunt, which was surprisingly fun. Like it's I don't
Eli Roth
understand how it,
produced.
yeah, I don't understand how it's a sustainable business model, but these freaks, and I say freaks
They're
like
freaks.
these guys are freaks. They wear masks, but when they take them off, they're scarier without their mask
terrifying.
on. Remind me of William Dafoe and
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man. Yeah, it's like they have like studs in their skin and piercings and tattoos everywhere. They're just terrifying people. But they run a haunted house and they just actually murder people. Like that's the premise.
It's
But
great.
it's pretty good. It's a fun movie.
That sounds
and
like
if
that
you
movie
got-
was made for Jordan.
It was.
Yeah.
It's great, and there's technically no supernatural element, so you should watch it too, Cameron. But terrifying movie.
It has a similar ending to Your Next, which I thought was kind of
Mm.
fun.
Kind of did, yeah.
Kinda
I
similar
enjoyed
to
Your
was good.
Next. Your Next was fun.
I think you would enjoy Haunt, probably not as much as Your Next. I think I liked Your Next more,
Yeah.
but I still liked Haunt. I thought it was fun.
If you
and it's
like
clever
that, Ty,
because-
Red Letter
Oh.
Media recommended Thanksgiving. Very good. You
Oh,
should
really?
watch it. It's very
Okay,
good.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it because I was curious to hear you say if you liked it because Eli
Loved
Roth
it.
is hit or miss for me. Yeah, I sometimes like it. I sometimes think it's dumb, but
It-
okay, I'll check
yeah,
that one out.
That's good.
And then so Haunt was good, and then I watched Don't Breathe, which guys, I'm not like squeamish, but like I gagged, dude. Like that was weird. I wasn't expecting it, but I was laughing on that. I was like, ugh! Like, so that was great. Grossed me out. I didn't. I think the last time I lost my appetite was watching Slither. So Don't Breathe
That
did it
one's
for me. I gagged.
disgusting.
It is disgusting. I literally lost my appetite, guys, in my entire. Look at me. I don't lose my appetite over much. Okay, I'll eat even when I'm not hungry. But when I saw that movie and that woman blown up as she was, I lost my appetite. I couldn't eat. And it was a sweet lady, sweet
I'm
Chilean
so
mom that made
hungry.
me a dinner. Yeah, and I was like, I'm not hungry anymore. I literally couldn't eat what she made. I felt so bad. I literally couldn't eat. I've just never experienced that before. And it was
Yeah,
playing
she's-
on the TV, and I was like, can we turn the TV off?
She's
My
fatter
gosh.
than Sloth from
Yeah. Oh, it's
That-
disgusting.
yeah.
Fatter than gluttony. Yeah.
Gluttony.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Sloth was not fat.
Wrong guy.
You're wrong guy. And then lastly, I watched The Autopsy of Jane Doe, which this was a kind of a fun thriller. It's got like a lot of things that I liked. It's kind of like even the premise, Cameron, I think you'd get a kick out of it. I don't think you should watch it though, because it does have a supernatural element to it.
Yeah, well, and it's witchcraft stuff, so
Yeah. But anyway, just briefly, it's just it's two guys that what do you call them? They work in the morgue and they
they're
do
doing an autopsy.
autopsies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're morticians. Yeah, thank you. I was like, they work in the morgue. they work in a morgue.
they're
What's their job
morganists.
title?
They're
Yeah,
they're
morticians.
optometrists.
Optometrists.
Amish.
Optometrists.
They're Amish.
They're not Genovites. They're Jews.
Wait,
Yeah,
what
what is
was
it
that from?
That was from Shanghai Noon. He's like, they're not.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
I
"They're not
watched that.
Mennonites, They're Jews.
I watched that 2 days ago. That's right.
You just watched Shanghai Noon like 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
with Elise. Yeah.
That's so
Great
It was
movie.
a fun
random.
watch.
It is
I
so
don't think it
random.
holds up as well, but it was fun.
Whoa. Shanghai Noon holds up exceptionally well. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't
Grant
like that
doesn't
movie?
like any. I'm telling you, anything before 2000 is not up Grant's alley.
Yeah.
Never
Well,
rec-
it's.
it.
I mean, it was
Grant
like
will-
an entertaining watch, but it's
no
like.
matter how good
Well,
it
no,
is,
no.
Grant's like,
Okay.
You
Well,
said it
the
doesn't
thing is
hold
too-
up, so yeah. Like
No, the
I'm
thing
curious.
is too, it's like watching it with Elise was different because that's not a ton of her humor, and she didn't really grow up with like Jackie Chan movies.
My wife didn't either, but she loves Wheels on Mills. Oh my gosh, so good. That's an
Wheels
even
on-
older Jackie Chan movie. Probably one you couldn't even handle, Grant.
Couldn't even handle-
Probably.
Okay, anyway, so the last thing I'll say about Autopsy of Jane Doe, though, two morticians in a uncovering the mystery. That's just a really clever premise, like kind
Yeah,
of like
it's
Seven, where you're
cool.
like, that's really cool. Like a father and son that own this mortician, and they're like, they bring in this body, and then like they're trying to figure out
And things are
like
happening, and you're like, what the
eerie
crap?
things are happening, but they're also like how could she have died this way? Like it's weird. So it's spooky, it's unnerving, it's very
And your
cool.
review
I
was
like the
perfect.
premise.
It's like I thought she was gonna at any moment just wake up and say boo.
I know. I just, but yeah,
I'm glad they
overall,
didn't take the bait though. I'm so glad they didn't.
yeah. Again, it was a well done, and it's pretty highly rated. It was like
Yeah.
high 70s or 80s from both critics and audience, and I was like, I'm willing to give this
Because
one a
they had
shot.
two
And
really good actors, so
yeah, they had the Into the Wild guy. I don't know what his name is.
yeah.
And then they had I just know him from the Bourne series. What's it? And Succession. What's his name?
Succession, yeah.
Yeah, but
I
anyway,
know him from
just
Manhunter.
Manhunter. Yeah. So
Cameron would
like,
know him from Zodiac. Take care of yourself. I mean, he's the
oh yeah, that's
talk
right.
show host.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Crazy guy with migraines. Anyway, so those were the movies I've seen.
That is the craziest interview of all time.
Like, what was that? Oh,
What was that?
just
Just
having a
my-
migraine.
Not
my
migraine. I'm like, that was not a migraine, bro. There's a demon crawling inside your brain. Get that worm out of there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, very much looking forward to the next episode of Invincible. And then I'm
Yes.
going to
All caught
check
up?
out Thanksgiving.
You're all caught up?
No.
No.
So yeah, I haven't seen this last episode, and then whatever's
last
coming out
week's.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, last week I haven't seen. So, but
Okay.
I got up to. I
No,
did
so-
watch the first one back because now there's two since.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Was it the
I've
first
watched
one
one.
back insane though? Oh
Yeah,
my
that one was
gosh.
good too. Yeah. See, and like you said, I don't know how they managed to keep the stakes going,
All-time
and I'm just
high.
like,
I know, and that's the thing too, is I thought it would get like annoying where I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going out to space again. Or it's like there's another thing invading the earth. But it's like every time I'm like, oh, is everyone
Yeah,
gonna make it back?
they managed to make it just fresh and interesting each time. It's so interesting. So, but yeah,
We'll see it when the finale comes out.
No, Grant, it's gonna get spoiled, especially by Cameron.
that's a
Cameron
good
can't
point.
keep
Yeah,
his mouth
yeah,
shut.
you probably should watch it,
You
Grant.
should watch
Yeah.
it.
Dude, it's
So,
That's funny.
guys, do we are we gonna keep recording in this episode,
Yes.
or are we gonna do this
I just wanted to say
Excellent.
one thing.
Yeah.
You guys can
Oh,
check
yeah,
my
what movies have
letterbox.
you watched? Yeah.
You can check my letterbox. This is already running really late, and I'm sure you're going to talk another hour about your movie trailers.
Movie trailers.
wanted to
movie
mention-
I've waited
I know.
months for
I-
this day.
I just wanted to mention one movie, and it's because Cameron likes superhero movies, and I'm not recommending it to you, Cameron, because I know you'd hate it, but I loved it, and it has an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's Supergirl. It reminds me of like
I
basic.
saw your review of that.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
reminds
what
me
is
of
he
The
doing?
Gate. Do you remember The Gate?
Yes, I
Is that
remember
the one with
gate.
the yard and the
Yeah.
mosque
Yeah,
on
and the
it,
kid
the whole
flying through the door.
Oh yeah.
It reminds me of that. Like so many great practical effects, but like it's just great
Supergirl.
cheese. And there's just lines in there. I'm like, this isn't a PG movie. Like the doorbell rings. She's like, that better not be the, and she swears and says the Jehovah's Witnesses. And it just like has like these really funny lines.
Is this a movie or a show?
That's a movie.
There is a show called Supergirl though.
Yeah. But isn't it like well done or not?
But
is that
anyways,
also not well done?
I
Superman's
love
just never had my fancy. Like I enjoyed Man of Steel, but I've never rewatched it because I'm like, yeah, it probably
and
wouldn't
that
hold
was
up,
in my
but-
review. I said I like these
yeah.
effects better than the ones in Man of Steel.
Yeah,
Because
Jordan was making-
they're real,
Jordan-
like people on cables being lifted up and like actual.
cat fighting and things suspended in the air.
Yeah. So let's talk
I love
about
it.
our top 10 movie trailers.
Guys, okay, so this is our
Jordan will start.
we should have led with this is our 200th and
300th.
Are you serious? This is Futro. Yes, I love it. This is 300 episodes, guys. Holy crap. I can't believe we're here. And we still don't have 300 listeners. So that's awesome. Guys, here we are. Jordan just kept saying, "Hi, if you just keep up with the podcast, the listeners will come." And
If you
and
build
we
it, they
built
will
it,
come.
and they did not come. Yeah. So on this very special occasion, 300th episode, and we're not tiring and we're not slowing down anytime soon. We're doing another special episode where we're coming at you with our top 10 favorite trailers, movie trailers of all time. Do we include TV shows? I didn't do any TV shows. I just realized.
You can do that if you want. It's just trailers.
The
so.
only
Just
one
do
that probably did that
all
is
mine are
Grant.
video game trailers. No, I'm kidding.
You could do video
Guys,
games
we're doing
too. That's fine.
top 10 movie trailers of all time.
Or
Let's
Jordan,
go.
start us off.
Or video games.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, or video games.
Start us out.
I'll just say my top, just the 10. I mean, I do have some honorable mentions, but obviously it will only do that if nobody mentions them. And these are not in order. I tried to put them in order, and then I watched them 100 times, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know
Yeah.
anymore. They're all kind of meshing together. But so I've got Prometheus, the teaser, and I think what we'll do is I'll put a link, and then you guys just send me a link with all your trailers, and then I'll put it
Love
in the
it.
description.
Would love to,
Because-
there sometimes you get the bad trailer and you're
Yeah.
like, that's not the one.
I know.
That's-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's so true.
This cut, I
Some of them are-
found all the cuts.
yeah.
Yes, of the
Yeah,
ones
because
I
some of the
like.
cuts I'm like, oh, I don't like that one.
And
So
you can create a playlist in YouTube of all of your trailers. That's what I did. So
Yeah,
I
I
can
did.
just send you my link,
Smart,
and then
smart.
it's all the playlists.
yeah, so
Brilliant,
I'll
just
take that
brilliant.
and I'll put it in the description
clap.
for everybody so they can see ours. So Prometheus teaser trailer. Make sure you know that it's
I remember that, dude. Like,
just
I
that
still know
music
that.
because it's the same music he used in his original trailer, which is the I can't even do it the sound.
The high
but-
squawking. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
it's
know what to
like that
call it.
sound
Terrifying.
effect, but it's so good because it gives away nothing. But then she's just like, "Please," and then it's like screaming and people running around and dying. Oh, it's beautiful. And
Some weird
I way
visuals, too.
overhyped it because when I saw it, I was like disappointed. But now I think it's a masterpiece and it's back in my top 100.
Stop. No, it's not. The
yeah, it
movie
is.
is.
It
Oh,
moved all the
gosh.
way up to like.
I
top
am curious
25.
to watch it now because now that I know what I know, like
Yeah.
I've even seen Covenant. I do want to go back and watch it personally. I
It's
do wanna see
way
it, yeah.
it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And then Uncut Gems. And you have to make
Interesting.
sure.
A24 trailers are amazing.
Yeah, thank
Mm.
you for mentioning that. So
I have to go back and watch that. I don't
Uncut
even know
Gems. So this trailer is amazing.
Hey Arnold.
But the one I have, unfortunately, they don't have the one I love on YouTube. It's actually on Apple. It's because it's actually edited. Because on YouTube it's like unfiltered, and I'm like, what the fudge? So
Red Band trailer.
on Apple they have an amazing trailer for that, and seriously, the music, everything is perfect. Which also
Yeah, I'm
goes.
surprised they could cut together a trailer that would be considered general audiences because they always try to make them PG so anyone could watch a trailer promotion. There's not enough footage, or they couldn't.
Where they
do
don't swear.
editing
in
and
Uncut
filtered.
Gems.
Yeah, friggin'
Wh-
just as many swears as friggin' Wolf
Which
of
is
Wall
crazy.
Street. Dude, I want to go back and watch Uncut Gems now because I love the movie, but
I still haven't
No.
seen that yet.
I don't
Don't
remember
watch
the
it,
trailer.
Grant. Don't watch it.
Why?
It,
No,
Yeah.
It's
I
just
can't
it's
say
just
anything.
literally 2.5 hours of straight stress. There's
It
nothing
is
good
a
about it.
stressful movie, so do not let Elise watch
Just
it.
imagine
I
imagine
won't
Good
let
Time,
Oh
anyone
Grant,
watch
and
it.
yeah,
everything
I
that's
already
good
It's
about
good
that
time,
one.
but it's more stressful than good
Get
time.
rid of
which-
all
if
of
that's
the
even
peace and
possible.
tranquility from that, which was like
Yeah.
3 minutes, and then
Peace and
that's-
tranquility.
and then amplified by 100.
The
No,
word
so
I've never.
you guys
I
just
love it.
mentioned my second favorite trailer. Sorry, I'm on my third. But the second favorite from A24 and from the Safdie brothers, which is Good Time, and that one's official trailer too. Which
No way, dude.
is
Two
seriously-
Safdie brother trailers.
yeah, I know
That's crazy.
they make because it's just like it's perfect. I mean, oh my gosh, the music, everything about it. And like Cameron said, how they cut their trailers is insane. They have so many other good trailers, but
and
I
they're
don't even
and they're I think one of the best at not giving away too much, especially nowadays. Like it's like official trailer 3 will like show you the movie. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh well, I
yeah.
don't need to go see the movie anymore.
yeah, the
Yeah.
beginning
Just showed me
middle, and end.
every plot point and plot twist that could happen. So thanks.
Yeah.
And so a couple of these next couple trailers I'm going to talk about, I just want to give a little bit of background because trailers are now different because you can just watch them all on YouTube. But so this one was an Apple trailer, I think. I don't remember. Anyways, so when I first saw it, though, yeah, it was because I watched it with Ty and Ron Man, and we watched it, and I've watched it like 100 times. But the Comic-Con trailer for Mad Max Fury Road,
Oh my gosh.
it is the
yes.
most insane use of sound I've ever heard. And then when you see the movie, it's just 2 hours of that. So
just high octane, and it promises to deliver a adrenaline fueled.
it's a
experience, unlike
yeah.
anything you've ever
And
seen.
it's a 5-year
yeah,
in the making project. So
so
and
crazy,
then
dude.
I know
It's such fun
Cameron
editing too
Ca-
with the cars.
Cameron and
So
Ty
good.
are gonna hate this, but my next one is Death Note teaser. So the teaser,
that teaser is insane.
Wait, are you talking about the Adam Weingart?
Adam
live action
Weingart,
song.
Stop, dude.
yes,
Oh my
the teaser for
gosh.
Netflix, and it's so like
You are
I
blowing my mind right now,
I
Josh.
was never
It is
more
insane,
excited
Ty.
in my life.
Okay,
It is
I'll
insane.
have to watch the trailer.
The trailer, I was like, oh, they could actually make this cool. And then I was like, oh,
I'm
garb.
trying to remember. I must have seen it though, because I remember I genuinely thought all up until I pushed play on Netflix and I was like, this is one movie. I will never forgive Netflix for not doing 6-7 episodes. Don't even get me started.
It probably just
Anyway,
would have made you more mad though for 7 episodes.
no.
Because you can't top
Well,
the original.
It's just like
It's
just like
perfect.
it's just like Avatar. They do a
Yeah.
movie trash. They do like multi-season trash. I'm like, just leave it alone. It's
Just
perfect.
stop.
Leave it.
Just milking it.
But well, Cameron, people who are so obsessed with it though, they still like the Netflix show.
Yeah,
Because
I
people
know.
are like dying for more.
Because they're like, well, the characters and everything sucks, but the visual effects are really cool. I'm
It's
like, are
starting
we
to
that
get
desperate for
wowing,
more
yeah.
Avatar?
No,
The best
I
fan
know.
film ever made.
no, seriously, I think the bar has been lowered so low. Honestly, there's so much garbage on Netflix and Disney Plus.
Well,
People are
guys,
actually
it's called
used to-
content. Yeah.
Well, no, but they're
Just
yeah.
content. It's not even. It's not.
It's
It
yeah.
doesn't make you feel anything.
No, it
It's just-
doesn't.
It's just.
It's literally just something to pass the time. Like
drives me- we're all
honestly,
just dying.
and
we're
and
all dying inside.
I know it's ugh.
Spend
Anyways,
your time watching these amazing movie
okay,
trailers. That we
this
have
one
pinned
I
down.
think I've watched this trailer more than any other trailer probably on the planet because I watched it on repeat every day for like
Do
a
it.
month straight, which
it.
is Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
It's in my top 10.
No
It's the worst
way,
movie
dude.
I've ever seen in my life because I mean I probably overhyped it and I was so excited to see it. I went and saw it
Probably.
in the,
Zack Snyder, dude. Zack
Jordan,
Snyder.
it came out on Netflix on Thursday, but came out in theaters on Friday, and me and Jordan were gonna go see it Friday, and then
no came in the
they came out
theaters
on
on
theaters
Thursday.
Thursday, but then came out on Netflix Friday, and then I was like, okay, let's watch it together on Netflix at my place Friday. And then Jordan texts me Friday morning. He's like, yeah, so I watched it in theaters, and I was
But-
like, what the fudge?
It was
He's
so
like,
bad.
It was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, and I
It was
like,
so bad I walked out of the theater. I was like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Like
You walked out of the
it was so
theater
bad. And I finished it later on Netflix, but it's
early,
still trash.
dude.
the trailer is insane though.
The trailer is insane
Okay,
because
I can't.
I-
You guys need to share these lists because I'm gonna watch all
It's
these.
on my
now, yeah.
honorable mention
Okay,
list, Jordan.
okay.
well, and you
okay.
mentioned this, Ty. Zack Snyder, because his visuals are so good,
Yo,
his
dude.
trailers are the greatest things you've ever
Guys,
seen.
if you think of the easiest job in the world, it has to be
It's
the
cutting
person
his
that
trailers.
edits Zack Snyder's
trailer
trailers.
maker.
Yeah.
He's just like, yo, this thing edits itself. Here's a visual, here's a visual, here's a visual, and
Yeah.
a cool line, and boom. Who's not gonna go see this movie, dude?
Yeah.
Seriously.
So this one is a guilty pleasure. I apologize. Maybe all of these are, but you guys, this one is it's so bad it's good. But Saw 7. It seriously, I get goosebumps when I watch the
Saw
trailer.
Dude, what is going on with Jordan's list, dude?
Yeah.
Have you forgotten movies?
It's the movie about 3D, so they keep showing the audience, and all of a sudden they're in the traps, and everybody's like, "Ah!" It's so bad, and like saws are flying out of the screen at people. It's the funniest thing I've ever
I
seen. in
think
my
I
life.
remember this trailer. Yeah,
But
I
the
remember
music
that.
and
man.
I
So
love all the Saw trailers because they usually give away nothing, especially the teasers, and so and you get so pumped when you hear that music. And okay, the next one is am I already at what am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm at 7. So I just cut that. Number 8 is Dawn of the Dead. And once again, another Zack Snyder trailer.
Dreidel.
Seriously, it's because I'm a zombie freak. I'll admit it. I'm obsessed with zombie movies. It gives me everything I want. And the cool part is they added in an extra clip that didn't make the movie cut, which is there's a zombie that slams up against the door when he's standing there and he's like, it's bulletproof. And then another zombie comes and that's not in the movie. So I get like the extra second that never made the cut. And I'm like, yes, this is amazing.
Jordan's deleted scenes is the trailer,
The
like half a
trailer.
second. Oh, it
What
has
might have
that.
been? What might have been?
But that's
What got
why
cut?
I love the unrated version because it's just a couple extra minutes of movie. I'm like, anything. The
So
extra scene is
funny.
just them walking through a park, and I'm like, yes, more of this. Anything, please.
That's hilarious,
Okay,
dude.
so number 9, and this is kind of hard because these last couple are really great, but I just decided at the time, because I've seen all these trailers 100 times, to pick Trance and make sure it's the Green Band trailer. Whoever cuts Danny Boyle's trailers does an amazing job. Seriously, Trance, like, it gets me so excited to watch it. And the film is like, it's good. It's not like
Yeah, I was
great,
gonna say, I'm like, I
but the
haven't even seen
trailer is
Trance.
so good.
Interesting.
And so is Trainspotting 2, but I can't recommend that because there's some in it, and I don't know how it made the cut and on I guess
YouTube?
it's a
On
red
YouTube.
band trailer can make that.
Uh-uh.
Anyways, and then the last one, and this one I saw the trailer like a million times on you remember when Apple used to do the trailers? Like you used to have the little
Oh yeah,
remote
Jordan would
control.
watch it. We watch every single one of them that was there.
Yeah, Inglorious. And this is the original first one. And it's like Ty said, when we watch this trailer, it only shows basically Brad Pitt and his guys brutally murdering people. So you think this is going to be 2 hours of this? And
That's
it's
what I thought.
it's
Dude, it's
nothing
freaking,
like
it's
that.
freaking Hitler sitting in his
it.
chair.
Move him all the time. But that's what you think in the trailer because it looks like an action flick, and then you're like, oh, this is a drama. So anyways,
Suspense, yeah,
yeah.
war film.
And
Love
yeah,
it.
that's all. And then I'll talk about the other ones if you guys don't mention them. So
Absolutely,
Nice,
yeah. We have the
honorable
honorable mentions. Okay, so number one, and again, not in any particular order, but
Yeah.
so number one I thought was the Inception teaser only. So I at this point in my life, I think it came out. What was it?
Nolan's the best
2005?
at teasers.
Nolan. So what's so funny is this is the first time where I saw Sin Copy and I actually knew the name of the director tied to the film, which is insane because like at the time I was following actors and more of like feelings of movies. Like, oh, I kind of like this kind of movie. But like Christopher Nolan was the first one where I'm like, oh, that guy that made Batman, like a cool thing, like that guy's making his own movie, and I'm just as excited to go see that. And it's not a Batman movie. Like, so anyway, this was like a coming of age trailer for me because when I saw it, dude, there's freaking glass in the trailer and it just like the water starts shifting. I get goosebumps just talking about it.
Yeah.
And so he built a set that literally tilted, and so he could get that shot. It's like when Steven Spielberg was trying to find the perfect way to get a drop, to form in the water. Nolan's like, okay, I want to get the gravity to shift, but using practical effects. So he built an entire set. Cillian Murphy talked about it. He's like, he built an entire set so he could get the water tilting. Gosh dang it. Bless you, Nolan. I'm so glad he won the Academy Award for Best Director. Anyway, I'm just proud of you, man. But that Inception teaser, and it literally spawned the Inception was, which we all know. Like it literally changed trailers.
Yeah.
After it. So just keep that in mind as well. It
Did
literally
it ruin
changed.
trailers? I don't know.
Did it ruin trailers? Kind of. I mean, everyone tried to be the Inception trailer because everyone was like, blow your mind. It became a pop culture icon, everything. So anyway, are you still dreaming? All that stuff. So it's just super awesome. I started liking directors more than actors for the first time. So super cool. And number 2, Alien, the original one.
Yeah.
Because Jordan, you mentioned that freaking sound. This movie's like what, from the 70s? I don't even know how old it is. It's probably not. Is it 70s?
Yeah.
Not that old, is it?
I
The
think
first
so.
Alien? It might be.
Yeah.
Let me look it up. It's terrifying. And the whole tagline is like
It's 79, Ty.
79. Yeah, it's like late 70s, dude. And this trailer scares me and unnerves me more than like most horror movies in their entirety these days. The trailer's terrifying. That evil squawking alarm sound going on, it's terrifying. And then like there's a cat and there's like discombobulated images and you're just like, what is, and then there's like someone like going crazy. It's
flailing
so
around. Yeah.
flailing around. Yeah, it's so unnerving. So love it. And then Jordan, hilarious, Mad Max, the Comic-Con trailer.
Yes.
I saw that, dude. That trailer
nothing
just
better.
like, if you're working out and you need like some adrenaline, like very quick and fast, like there's just like injecting it smack straight into your eyeballs. Watch the Comic-Con Mad Max trailer. It's just like, I went and saw that movie twice. And it's probably because of like the octane I got from watching the trailer, but I went and saw that movie twice in the theaters. The very few movies have I done that for, and that's one of them. So that trailer was so
Have you seen
cool.
Dune 2 in the trailers?
And I've seen Dune 2 in the theater as well. But like, yeah, there's very few movies I do this for, but that's one of them. So, but the Mad Max trailer is so fun. And then okay, this one was tough. I was so torn, but I'm gonna lean more toward Matt Reeves' The Batman. The trailer's so awesome. It's a noir film.
Perfect.
It's got Kurt Cobain singing from his days in Nirvana. It's just so moody. It's so good.
This
That was
guy's
another trailer.
crazy.
And the duct tape, like I don't
Yeah.
even know how to describe it. The sound effect of DC like
Yeah,
growing to
twisting.
the catching of the tape. It's just so good. It's a perfect trailer. So creepy. And the face duct tape, it's just like, oh, like show me the Riddler. And they don't even show you it. And I'm like, this is perfect. And then you watch it and you're kind of like, it's okay. But the trailer really left me a big smile on my face. So okay, this one, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. There was one trailer for 2 movies, and Harry Potter literally changed the game. They literally told you in the trailer, Part 1 of 2, they're going to do 2. There was one trailer for 2 movies. How crazy is that? But we all like it changed the game for movies as well. Like we started splitting them up thanks to Hobbit. We're like, hey, we can make more money milking this thing. Harry Potter, in their defense, they made a very good 2 movies that had all the things you wanted in it, because you couldn't cut anything out. But anyway, I just
That's true.
that trailer was so unbelievable, and then also amplified by the literal trailer YouTube mockery channel. You guys remember that, right? The literal
Helicopter shot.
yeah. It's like, look out, Harry, he's
Hand
going
to
to
the
kill you.
left.
Yeah, he doesn't have a nose. Like, hilarious. So like that was also amplified by the fact that the trailer was so awesome, and then there was like parody channels that were getting millions of hits just by showing the trailer. So everyone was just super excited. Definitely go watch that. The Deathly Hallows trailer and the Force Awakens teaser. For the first time, I felt like a child again. There's been an awakening, and Anthony Serkis or Andy Serkis's voice. Snoke's, you don't know his role, right? I didn't know his role. I didn't look up anything about the movie. I just saw the teaser. You see Finn pop up in the desert. There's the droid.
Is that a
there's
teaser? Or
shots.
is that a trailer? I thought that was a trailer.
No, the teaser. Just the
And
teaser.
it's also got Darth Vader's like broken mask.
Yeah, broken helmet, gonna
Yeah.
finish what you started, and then freaking Kylo Ren walking in the forest, whipping out that freaking
and
saber.
the lightsaber, yeah.
So awesome. And I just got chilled. And then like the Millennium Falcon's flying, and it's crazy, and it's so
People
exciting.
were like deconstructing that on late night shows because
course
of
they
how
were.
amazing it was.
It was so
everybody was
much
talking
fun.
about it.
It was so much
Everyone.
fun.
Yeah.
And little did I know, knowing what I know now, the trailer still is more exciting than the entire trilogy that came out after it. But
Yeah.
my goodness, that trailer was so fun. And then
I thought the first one was
Chewie
fine.
and freaking Han were home. Like I was like, I'm home. I'm so glad I lived to see this. What a treat. So good. So definitely give that one a watch. There's been an awakening. Get out of here, dude. Gives me chills. Okay, Johnny Cash, or sorry, Logan. There's 2 versions. There's 2 trailers. I'll take either of them. The trailer for Logan, one plays with Kalio's The Way Down song, and the other one's Johnny Cash's Hurt. Both are just so perfect. It's an amazing trailer. I get goosebumps thinking about it. Johnny Cash is like my favorite country singer, but that movie is just so dang good. That trailer, either way, I go either way, either the Kalio's Way Down or the Johnny Cash. And then 8 would be Django Unchained. I have let's see. Leo's reaction to dingo fighting was my reaction watching the trailer. Anyway, it's great. It's an awesome trailer. The gunslinging, it just makes it look so awesome. The blood spatter on the freaking flower. I don't know how he got that in the trailer.
The cotton, you mean?
Unless the cotton, yeah, the blood spatter on the cotton. I'm like, it's pretty edgy for a trailer, but that's Tarantino, man. He's edgy.
Well,
like
Parasite
that.
did the same thing on the plate, just that little tiny.
Yeah, just a
blood
little
splatter.
bit of blood, and they're like,
Perfect.
but we don't know if it's blood. It's just out of context, right? Because it's not like it's directly shown. I'm
With
just
Quentin,
like,
you know it's blood.
yeah, you know it's blood. Let's go. It's so good, dude. But the trailer's great, and it has like an awesome, like a jazzy hip hop R&B like song to it. So you're just like, it's like gangster western. I'm like, sign me up, spaghetti western with a freaking. I was so excited to see that movie. And I watched the trailer or I watched the movie after I came home from my mission because I was gone in Chile for 2 years doing my mission when that movie hit. And I was like, there's another Tarantino film. And even Chileans were talking about it. Like, yeah, it was awesome. It was so gory and awesome and cool. And I was like, dude, I can't wait to see it. Number 9, Battle Los Angeles. The movie sucked. Absolutely sucked. The movie's horrendous. The trailer still holds up. I watched this trailer. It is the perfect alien invasion trailer of all time. Like of all the alien, and I mentioned Alien specifically, but this movie, like aliens coming to Earth, most terrifying thing. It's just so well set up. There's a promise of action. There's some good acting, terrifying sound design. It's great. And then they use that one song that they used
By
in
Johan Johansson, yeah.
Yeah. And then lastly, Zack Snyder made my list, Jordan, The Watchmen. Let's go.
Yes, The Watchmen was
Watchmen
another one
trailer.
I'd want to mention. It's
Guys,
good.
this song, is it, I can't remember what song. Is it Radiohead or is it Nirvana or Pop Smash? I don't remember who's doing the song. It's so good. And then you have Rorschach, like, yeah, he's doing his growly voice and there's slow motion shots, blowtorches, Manhattan being like turning into Manhattan. It's so awesome, dude. Like I said, it's freaking visuals of Zack Snyder. Guy was directing music videos. It's like, it doesn't even have to, it just tells a complete story. And I ended up liking the movie. Everyone told me the movie sucked. I watched the movie. I'm like, the movie was good on top of it. So what a great surprise.
Well, I think the problem
So-
was that trailer was so good, people overhyped the crap out of
Probably.
it.
And
Yeah.
yes. And
Grant,
then,
Grant, do you have
it's
a-
kind of bleak as far as superhero movies go. They're probably like hoping Superman, Batman
Oh,
saves the
yeah.
day. And it's like, sorry,
It was ahead
spoilers.
of its time, honestly.
100%.
Because the boys is like
Yeah.
literally that.
Yeah, Invincible. All these movies that followed it in response to the superhero
Grant, do you have a
Hollywood.
Zack Snyder movie on your list? I'm curious. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll
I
get
don't-
there.
The honorable
Just
mentions
'cause-
to mention after. Yeah,
That'd be funny if all of us had a Zack Schneider.
I
movie.
know he made. I know. I was like, maybe he's not going to make my list. He don't make my list. So anyway, that's my list. Now I got plenty of honorable mentions and
We'll
movie
get
trailers
to
I
those.
have to talk about. Yeah. Some made me so
Alright.
angry to this day. Grant, what about you, man?
Okay, so there's a couple repeats from what you guys have said. So the Batman trailer. It's one of
I
my
was going to
favorites.
mention that, but I knew you guys would mention it. I'm
Yeah.
Underneath the bridge.
Arguably the greatest trailer of all time.
It's so good, dude.
And then Ty mentioned
Jordan's so
the Harry
sad
Potter
because Jordan
7.
built the movie up too much
I
based on
did.
that trailer. That's
Way
yeah.
too much.
He fell into that trap. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's what's funny. Majority of my best trailers are the movies are like so bad because of how great the trailers are.
I know.
Like,
this is
like
a
almost
double-edged sword.
detriment having such a great trailer unless you're Christopher Nolan. Like you can never live up to the hype of an amazing trailer.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm so
like-
bad. I'm kind of cheating because like most of my honorable mentions are movies that are so bad, but their trailers are good. Like it's hard not to be affected by that.
Yeah. So Ty had mentioned the Harry Potter 7 trailers. Oh, those are
Let's
so
go.
good. Yeah.
It's by
'cause
far the best of the
Harry Potter nerd my
Potters.
whole life. It was
Dude,
yeah.
They do this
amazing
thing
trailer.
where they scream Harry Potter's name. It's either Gary Oldman or it's Ralph Fiennes. One of them is or it's Arthur Weasley. Someone's screaming Harry's name. Gives me goosebumps every time. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's so
freaking
good. And then Ty also mentioned The Force Awakens. That was also on my list.
I know another
And
one
then
on this list.
I also have It Comes at Night.
Oh,
Freaking isn't that
dang.
A24, right?
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
perfect. That trailer is my
Good trailer.
I show
Yeah,
so
dude,
many
the
people that trailer.
psychological like damage that trailer does to you.
Emotional
is insane.
damage.
Well, and did to us while we were on the pod.
I you can't
movie's
trust the
divisive.
narrator.
Controversial movie. It comes at night. Yeah.
Dude, that trailer, yeah, granted it is
insane,
A24.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch these trailers again, guys, because you're blowing my
Yeah.
mind. Because I'm like, I never would have. I don't even think. Yeah, I know
Dude,
what the trailer
the
is.
use of the dog in the trailer is so good.
Oh yeah, it
Dang,
freaked me
dude.
out. Okay. And then the other one I have, or the next one I have is Interstellar.
Oh,
just
my
like-
gosh, yes,
The music is just takes the
it's
whole
on my honorable
trailer.
mentions, dude.
Yeah. And then okay. So it's okay. So I'll mention so Mad Max Fury Road was also a repeat. And
But
then
was it the Comic-Con one, right? Because that's very important.
Yeah, there's
I
a
mean
lot
sure it was
bad
probably the same
trailers.
one, yeah.
of probably the same one. Grant, It
This
has
is
to be the
important,
right
Grant.
version. Yeah.
That's a minor
The
detail.
other,
It's
I don't
crazy
remember.
that
I don't
there's-
remember if it's
don't-
said in the title. Okay,
Yeah,
July.
yeah.
And then
It's like, I'm gonna need you to get off my back. Chill, man. I can like my trailers.
and then the Oppenheimer trailer of it being a live repeated one that like it has this countdown
Oh my
to
gosh,
the
dude.
date. That was crazy. I'd never seen that before. I really liked that.
Dude, any
The world
Geiger
forever changes
counter,
in 3, 2,
Geiger
1.
counter in a trailer, just like
Oh,
makes
dude,
it
I
just,
know.
oh,
And
it's not-
that's what makes Chernobyl so good too, is the use
Dude,
of
the
that
credits
sound.
rolling at the end of episode 2.
Uh,
Get out of here, dude.
Crazy. Yeah.
So crazy.
Okay, and then
They're just
let's see.
breathing down in that basement.
Yeah, so my
Geiger
last
keeps going off the fritz. Sorry, I'm getting goosebumps.
No, you're good, you're good. So my last three. Okay, so one is a video game trailer for
We did it.
it's for the 2015 remake of Battlefront 1. I just remember being
Battlefront?
so freaking excited for this game.
Is
Like,
it
and
Star
I
Wars
loved it in high
Battlefront or
school.
no?
Star Wars
Battlefront?
Battlefront.
Oh,
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I just
Interesting.
remember that trailer. It was during Christmas time, and it was like the most exciting thing. I was like,
that was sick.
oh yeah, I was so excited.
Me and Grant played that game religiously in high school.
Mhm. Dude, okay. But I just had to say, like, that game, playing it in the theater, throwing a thermal imploder with the bass like on max in that theater room was
Yeah,
it's
dude.
like an experience I'll never get again.
Dude, yeah,
It's so good, dude. Oh. Okay, and then my last two,
The
one's a
TIE
guilty
fighter
pleasure
flies
that
right
I
by
know
you.
you guys are gonna give me a bunch of crap for, but Godzilla, that trailer is so
No,
fetching
yeah,
good, dude.
Yeah, King of
That's good.
Monsters, freaking great.
Yeah,
No, I was
pumped
not King of
The
Monsters.
original
first one.
Godzilla.
Oh,
Original.
no, sorry, I didn't even realize that's a new. I was just being
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the movie like
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
us like, we're gonna see. I was on
Like
board, dude.
the
Yeah,
soldiers falling from the sky with the
Yeah.
red trails, dude, and
so
the
exciting, dude.
backlighting, so good, dude. I love that trailer. And then, okay, so my number one, I think it's my favorite of all time, is the Rogue One teaser trailer before they did all the reshoots.
Oh man,
Dude,
They do the
siren.
alarm, the siren alarm, gives me chills every time I watch it. It's so good.
can't do it.
Oh
It's so
man.
sick. And it's chopped perfectly. That it doesn't do it
Mhm.
on everyone. It does every other. Oh, it's
Yeah,
Mwah.
it's,
I love it.
well, that's my
Oh.
top 10.
I love it,
Yeah,
dude. I'm
man.
excited. Yeah, I want to see that trailer again or that teaser.
Yeah.
All right, Cameron, the man of the hour. Let's go. Let's hear your 10. Grant,
Yeah,
did you have any Zack Snyder? I don't think Grant had any Zack Snyder there.
So I'm gonna cheat, and I'm not gonna mention the
Hilarious.
ones that have already been mentioned. Like Rogue One, It Comes at Night, The Batman, and Army of the Dead. So
Those were all in your list?
yeah.
That's
Well,
amazing.
Well, some of them were in my top, but some of them my honorable mentions. But
Oh,
Well,
wow.
it's the same reason, Cameron, I didn't add Batman to my list. I'm like, and
it's
but
guaranteed. to
but
be
you
there.
have to mention it because if you don't, you're
Um,
like you deny its existence. You can't do that.
I just
It's
know
a
you
perfect
three are
movie.
going to talk about it.
Oh
so-
my
Yeah.
gosh! I
Okay,
almost did 2 Batman movies. On
one
here.
of the yeah, also my list, not in any particular order, but one of the best trailers all time. My number one is Predators. Oh my
no
god.
way!
It's a cool
Trailer
trailer.
is better
it
than
really?
the movie. Don't watch the movie. Just watch this trailer like 3 times and then you're good. It is the use of sound in it is so beautiful. Oh man.
Neat.
I watched this trailer like 16 times before watching the movie. I was like, Jordan, we have to watch this. And Jordan every time was like, I'm not in the mood. And I'm like, why? This is the best trailer of all time. Then I watched the movie and I'm like, I wish I never watched that movie. So that
That's
one,
hilarious.
yeah,
And is
then-
that the 2011 one?
The Robert Rodriguez. Yeah.
The
yeah,
Rodriguez,
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
with just the craziest cast ever.
They
Yeah.
fly out of this. Adrian
It's got
Brody.
Mahershala
right?
Ali.
Yeah,
It's got
yeah,
the guy from The Pianist.
yeah.
It's
Adrian
like-
Brody. Yeah.
yeah. There's just so many people in it, and it's just so
Right.
trash.
And the movie's trash.
On a first viewing, I thought it was fun. It doesn't hold up on rewatch, but
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Interesting.
But it's super clever idea too, because it's like Predator, except even more insane. Because it's like it's like essentially they're the game, and it's just a bunch of the most deadly people on Earth being hunted by a bunch of predators, and you're like,
is it a game show? Is it the Hunger Games before it was Hunger Games?
pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
And
A
then
rich audience watching them.
yeah, for and then The Men, Just Men trailer by A24. Oh my gosh, bro. This trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Dude, that
I was
part
like,
is so scary.
oh, dude, I had to like turn on all the lights. The first time I watched this, I was watching it by myself at
I
home with all the
forgot
lights
about
off,
that.
and I had to turn on all the lights in my house because I was so paranoid, bro. I was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That is hilarious.
And like
Dang.
still to this day, I haven't watched it because Jordan was like, yeah, it's like all about like giving birth in the second half of the movie, and I'm like, I had to stop Juno because of the pregnancy and all the like all
Really?
those tests. I was getting lightheaded, bro. I was like, I don't know
Dude,
what's
wait,
going
you
on.
were sick about
That's
Juno
funny.
Yeah, dude.
pregnancy?
All of like the
Wow.
ultrasounds and just talking about pregnancy was making me lightheaded, bro. I'm like,
Oh, dude, in light of or Elliot Page or whatever her name
yeah.
is, or his name, yeah, like I just realized it's a man that gave birth. It's like Junior too. I didn't know that. I just think that's kind of funny. Sorry. Anyway, keep going.
And then yeah, so the Men trailer, insane. Of course, it's an A24 trailer. Another A24 trailer is
Green Knight.
Enemy.
Oh, I thought you were
Oh
gonna
my
oh,
gosh, the
Enemy.
Enemy trailer
Enemy's
is
good.
so insane. I've shown it to so many people. If they're considering it, I'm like, what's Enemy about? I'm like, just watch this masterpiece. And I'm like, and I show them that, and they're like, oh, that looks really interesting. I'm like,
You're like,
yeah,
don't
except
watch
the
it.
movie makes no sense. I'm like, but it's even better than the trailer.
It'd be so great if they dropped like a spider visual in the trailer. The trailer acts the way the movie does.
See, but like the
Oh
trailer,
my
the
gosh.
trailer has the shot of the girl in the hallway with the spider head.
Oh my
And
gosh,
that's why
does it
you
really?
watch it, you're like, what
Dude,
the? And it
yeah,
has the spider crawling off of the plate, and so it's like you're like, what is
interesting.
this
Yeah.
movie?
What is, yeah,
I am your
arachnophobia.
only mother. You are my only
Jeff
son.
Daniels
I'm
or
like,
John Goodman shows up as an exterminator, you know? Oh my
yeah.
gosh. So
So
funny.
that was 4, and then the Donnie Darko re-release. What's the title of it? It's called Donnie Darko re-release trailer. Oh my
Did they
gosh.
play the Mad World song or not?
No, it's
No.
oh, do you believe in time travel? And I'm just like,
Do
it's the most beautiful thing
you
ever.
believe in time travel? I believe.
Um,
Save
and
me.
then so that's number 5. And then the Green Knight trailer, another
I knew
A24.
you were gonna
Yeah,
mention
that
that
was
This
one.
is
my honorable
so funny,
mention.
dude. You just like, hey, what are some A24 trailers?
The trailer is so perfect that like just the clicking, and then he's just like, it's like you have no stories to tell yet, and then he just got the sword, and then he's like about to fight the giant monster, and I'm like, this is gonna be the coolest movie of all time.
I'm sorry, Cameron. I can't believe you fell for it, dude. When I was
And
watching it,
turn
I was
into
like,
him getting while the grandma's sitting
With
in
the
the
grandma
corner.
witnessing it.
I'm like, what am I watching?
that was so funny. I remember you guys like I joined you. I flew all the way out to Utah. I
Well,
don't remember whose wedding
it
it
was
was.
so funny too, because me and Cameron were literally just laughing in the
Drew was
theater.
so mad at
We
me. He was
probably
like,
ruined everyone else's
yeah,
experience. It was
Drew was like, you
so
ruined the
funny.
experience. I was laughing, dude. When he too, I was
It
dying
was
laughing. I'm
so
like,
out of
what?
nowhere, dude.
He's
Yeah.
like, you should marry my daughter. I was like, what? I'm like, nothing makes sense. But that trailer is literally perfection.
It's so good.
So that's number 6. Number 7 is Age of Ultron. Oh my gosh, it plays the song "There Are No Strings on Me."
Pinocchio.
Yeah, dude. And then it's
It's
just
good. It's good. Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
sick because the final line then is delivered by, because it's at first it's by Ultron and kind of like the broken Iron Man like suit, and then the final line is delivered by him and his complete. He's like, "There are
World
no
is ever
strings
changing.
on me,"
Yeah.
and you're just like, which
Bruce
honestly,
Banner, dude. It's terrifying.
I think it's like one of the most underappreciated Marvel movies. I think it's just hard because it came after Avengers, the first one, which was like the first time anyone had done like a collaborative superhero movie that was good. And so the bar was just so crazy high that we're like, and also Winter Soldier was before. So it was like the best section of Marvel. And so there was just such high, and I don't know. I mean, it's like it's better than it gets credit for.
For
So
sure. It introduced a new villain out of whole cloth. It was because the movie sets up and pays off the villain in one movie, whereas Thanos has been teased forever.
yeah.
This one was like, I mean, it showed the destruction he was causing, the team's falling apart, and you're like, dude, like this was just because Iron Man like got a little ahead of himself with his technology, right? Frankenstein,
Yeah.
you know. I loved it. I liked it.
And then
I
it also
remember.
was the creation of like a savior of a Vision, and so it's
Yeah,
like, and they're
Vision.
both the antithesis of like the other one. And I love the conversation that Ultron has with Vision, and he's just like, humans, like why, like they're like created to destroy each other and stuff like that. And he's like, but there's hope in their failures. It's so interesting. And then number 7, a Zack Snyder movie. Dude, the Batman vs Superman trailer is so
No
bleed.
way. Oh, dude. Okay, I will say I
Those were
remember
good,
hearing that
yeah.
line, and I
Dude,
was
the
like, "Oh,
"Do you
that's funny."
bleed" line. I'm like,
You will.
I'm like,
That's funny that you say that because, like, that trailer did hit a chord because you're like,
It's
dude, that's
so
awesome.
sick. I was
Come
like,
on.
and the visuals of it are just insane. And you just see
It
like
got me to go see the movie, so yeah, it worked. We should also be like, did we any of us go see the
Why'd
movie?
you say that name?
Why'd you say that? Too bad that wasn't in the trailer, because if that was in the trailer, I might have started spotting some problems here.
yeah,
I
for real.
know.
No, but yeah,
So
the
funny.
trailer is insane, and also like I just love the like it's already starting to pit you against like one or the other, because it's like he's an alien from above, and then it shows like Bruce like holding the girl as the buildings are collapsing. You're like, yo,
Yeah, it
Superman,
kind of paid
like,
off from Man of
Superman's kind of
Steel.
evil, yeah. And then
Yeah.
you're like, and then it shows like Superman descending into them, and all of them are trying to grab him with like all their face painted with like the Dia de los Muertos stuff, like insane visuals. I'm like, this is amazing. And then another one is Dark Knight Rises. Oh my gosh, bro. This
yeah.
trailer is
Honorable
insane.
mention.
The kid singing the national anthem or whatever.
Mhm.
Strictly
Oh,
patriotic.
Yeah.
yeah, it's so insane. And just like,
What a lovely, lovely voice.
yeah, exactly. Everything, the setup of it is just like, you're like, oh snap. And I'm sure too, like after the Dark Knight, like the amount of hype that was coming around that movie, I'm like, that trailer definitely delivered on that hype where everyone was like,
And yeah, it seemed to quite a lot of people's fears. They're like, oh, like Bane and Tom Hardy, like let's go. And then the jet, like the
and then
plane
also
coming apart. Everyone's like, I'm
Anne
in.
Hathaway talking over it, like she's just like, you
Mm.
thought you could live so like high
Yeah.
and mighty, like
She's
without
whispering in his
us.
ear. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like,
Like,
oh
oh,
my.
sexy. I mean, scary.
Yeah, I'm like, she's literally just talking about like essentially tearing down the upper class because you guys think you can get away with being, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is insane. And then
It shows the chaos too. Like people, what was that scene of the guy being pulled out from under his, like, I don't know what to call that, your living room table or whatever. He's just like getting yanked out from his house. It's terrifying, dude. Like, it's great. I just remember that visual. It's so striking, dude.
Yeah.
and then number 10 for me is probably I See You. This trailer is
I
also
See
so
You?
insane.
The
What is
Frogger.
wait, what?
Helen
I
Hunt.
See. Oh,
Frogger.
I See You. Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that movie forever. That's a great movie. But
This
That's a really
this
good movie.
I
this
didn't even know there's a trailer. I didn't even see it.
the
Yeah, that's great.
trailer is insane. It's so funny because it essentially shows the first half of the movie, and it's just perfect because you're like, and it kind like I honestly didn't watch it because I watched that trailer and I was like, nah, that's paranormal. And
Yeah, it
Jordan's like,
looks
no, Cam.
paranormal.
Oh,
And Jordan's like,
interesting.
Cam, watch it. It's not paranormal. And I was like, okay.
But
But the trailer
Looks
and same thing
paranormal.
with the first half of the movie. You're like, why
Yeah.
is the TV turning on? I'm like,
And why is a kid just abducted off his bike?
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
just
it's
picked up. I'm like,
perfect.
that's not paranormal, Jordan. And he's like, it's not. I'm like, I'm watching this trailer. It's paranormal. But yeah, the trailer is so insane, and like it hints kind of at The Mask, and like you're just kind of like, what the fudge is that? Like that is a horrific mask. Still, top 10 all-time moments of the mom looking under the bed and seeing that Frogger mask and not being immediately scared. I'm like, maybe you should have a heart-to-heart with your child if that mask is underneath his bed. But I guess we'll let that slide just to find out that it's not just a mask. There's a man behind that mask under his bed. The literal boogeyman was under his bed.
My gosh.
But yeah, that's
Terrible.
my 10.
I love it, dude. Guys, this has been so
Yes.
much fun. Okay, real quick. No one mentioned the Nightcrawler trailer though. Has Jake Gyllenhaal's performance. Of course they got the mirror scene, and you watch it and you're like, okay, Jake Gyllenhaal, Unhinged. I'm gonna watch that movie, dude. Bro got 45 stitches doing that. I didn't realize this at the time. When he slams the mirror, it cuts his hand. He got 45 stitches in his hand, dude. Bless his heart.
Dang.
Isn't that wild? He cut his
45?
hand up for that, dude. That wasn't scripted. He literally was like supposed to like
Jake, just think about your home life.
just think about your upbringing. It's so crazy. And then the trailer
Think
builds
about how
up.
you've never been nominated except for Brokeback.
Well, okay, so there was 2 trailers that you'll never forget though, because of one of them, it's just Jake Gyllenhaal keeps repeating the phrase, "If you want to win the money, win the
Oh, yeah.
lottery, you got to buy yourself a ticket." And at the end, the very last time, he yells it, and that's not in the movie. You
It's
never
not in
hear
the
him
movie,
yell
yeah.
that. But it's really cool that the trailer, it's the internal dialogue he's having in his head.
Yeah.
Awesome trailer, dude. Come on. If you want to win the lottery, you got to buy a ticket. You're just like, jeez. Just dialing it up to 11.
I just want to mention Wrath of Man, dude. Whoever cuts Guy Ritchie's
Oh,
trailers,
Guy Ritchie. Okay,
Dude.
King Arthur. Do you guys not remember the King Arthur trailer?
yeah,
Promised such an awesome kick.
I still like the movie.
What?
The movie.
I remember I said I liked it, and Jordan was like, "That movie was so bad."
I know, but now I kind of switched
It's a
sides. Grant.
perfect Guy
It's
Ritchie
because
film
you just have to
trailer.
accept that the final scene is literally just a
all
cutscene from
Yes.
a video game.
Yeah,
You just have to be okay
it's
with
true.
that.
And even like the cool scenes
With
from the
the
trailer
anime
weren't as
fighting.
cool. Yeah, and the scenes in the trailer weren't utilized. Yeah,
But-
the freaking they're like
but-
running through the
But
streets,
the
dude.
Wrath of Man
mad,
trailer
dude.
is basically cut like another amazing trailer, which is what's the one you love so much, Cameron? The Gentleman.
The Gentleman.
But that's why I think you guys might have. Well, you didn't even watch the trailer, but Wrath of Man's kind of deceiving because they make it feel like it's a Guy Ritchie-esque film, which it's not at all. It's much different to his style.
So I remember the 300 trailer dropped, and like the slow-mo visuals, the sepia tone, all that. That was huge. Like in
Which-
high school, everyone was like, "Dude, you see freaking 300? It looked awesome."
Dude, which I have to mention, I do love, and I wanted to put it on my thing,
Zack
which
Snyder.
is Zack Snyder's newest Justice League. What's that one called?
The Snyder cut.
Snyder
The Snyder Cut, yeah.
Is that trailer good?
Oh yeah,
I have to
it
see
does
that.
the Hallelujah music. It's so good.
Well, so it's funny you said another Zack Snyder
I'll get
again.
back to it.
Man of Steel. When I was just ready to go on my mission, I was gonna miss Man
yeah.
of Steel. It plays the song called Elegy. I still listen to that song independent. The song's beautiful. It just transports you. It's blissful. It's serene, otherworldly, ethereal. And the trailer has such cool visuals of like Superman growing up, and you see him as a kid, and the camera on the bus going into the lake. Like, come on, dude! Like, it was so exciting, and like young. And we knew at the time that Zack Snyder was directing, and like Christopher Nolan was like producing. I was like, dude, we are in such good hands, guys. Like, and then I don't know what happened, but like a big promise, right? Because this is the guy that made Batman. I was like, now we're getting the Batman treatment to Superman. I was like, do it to every freaking superhero. I was so ready for it. Like a mature, gritty Superman, not campy. It was like serious, and I was excited for it.
Grant, go.
So the Harry Potter Quidditch game. Hear me out. It's that like orchestra choir song, the Verdi Requiem song. It's like the super epic, and it has like it's like the animated like gameplay of the Quidditch. That's like
this.
that's my childhood, bro. And I just remember seeing that trailer, like going back and watching it. I guess it's not really as a trailer; it's like the intro to the game or whatever. But I just had to mention that.
That is hilarious.
And then for me, the Infinity War trailer, when they finally are like fully no longer teasing Thanos, and it's like Thanos is here, like that trailer is like, oh
Dude,
snap!
I need to see the Infinity War trailer again. Yeah, it's been
The
too
Infinity War
long.
trailer's insane. It almost like it because I watched the End Game one, and the Infinity War is even better, bro. Because I'm like, it's essentially saying
The
like
threats here,
the past eight or whatever years, like, or 10 years have led to
building
this
this
movie. Yeah, you're like, oh,
crazy.
snap.
Let's see that purple man in all his glory.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordan? Another honorable mention that made your list.
Stranger Things, the Super Bowl ad.
Yo, yes, dude. I'm so glad you mentioned
For
Stranger
which
Things.
season?
I had that in here.
Season
It didn't
2.
matter. Yeah, I would say
Oh,
season
wow.
2 because honestly, I watched season 1 without even watching a trailer. It was just like a show that we had seen memes about, and so like it was a lot of buzz. Didn't even watch
Did
the
you
trailer. We
recommend?
just went.
I think you recommended that to me, Jordan. Stranger Things for season 1.
Probably.
Well, yeah, you watched it with me and Cameron. I think we watched.
Oh,
it
I
together for
rewatched
the
it
I
with you
first
wonder
guys,
time.
if I wonder if I would have told you to watch it,
you
Jordan.
wanted to
But
see our
again,
reactions. You're like,
yeah, I don't know if I would have
your
taken
guys'
credit.
reactions is better than the show.
Yeah, because the car flip scene, just like reliving that through your guys' eyes, is the greatest moment.
Oh,
ever.
it's so
And
awesome.
the deer scene. Jordan was dying at the deer scene.
The deer
deer
scene. I don't even know
The deer, like the scary, like deer scene or whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about.
the animal gets eaten or by the monster or something.
Yeah. Yes. Like It's for the introduction of the Demigorgon.
Oh, it eats a
No, he
deer.
kills the
It's been
lab
so long.
scientist guy. Yeah.
No, when he's chasing Will.
Wow.
Eh,
Been too
Oh, I
long.
It's
don't
been so
remember that.
long since I've seen it.
I'm just
I
thinking
know.
of the
And the
Korean
show's so awful
film,
now.
the guy eating the deer.
Yeah, the whale.
The wailing.
Yeah,
Dude, oh my gosh.
that's the only thing I thought of.
So freaking
Ty?
good. Guys, Terminator Salvation. Now, get
Yes,
this.
that was on
Get
my
this.
list. Yeah.
Okay. I have to mention this here.
Best teaser.
It was such a good no, and even the trailer, because again, we had no idea going into it that 2/3 through the movie they revealed the spoiler in the trailer. It was like he finds out he's a robot and he's not a human. You're like, so like, are you kidding me? Like, I waited my entire existence to watch this movie, and the thing was spoiled in the trailer, and that was supposed to be a reveal in the movie, and they spoiled it in the trailer. Drives me crazy to this day. Like, it's supposed to be this giant reveal, and they literally spoiled it in the trailer, and I was like, oh, that was like the whole movie was to find out. Like, what a crazy. Anyway, then the whole like Christian Bale yelling at people on set, all the things that came around it, and then the movie not being good. And I just remember thinking, oh, but that trailer, so awesome,
I think
dude.
the
Like,
teaser's better.
well, and I actually have to go back and find out whether it's the teaser or the trailer, but like both spoil it, don't they? Like they reveal he's like, you think you're human. I'm pretty sure it's the line in both the teaser and the movie.
No, the teaser's just like,
Does it not
it's
give it
coming.
away?
Something's coming. It's
Or,
like,
yeah,
dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
Or dun, 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 dun. Oh, freaking disturbed, dude. That's so 2000s, dude. I love it. All right, Cameron, how about you?
The Nobody trailer. The
Mm.
nobody, and it's just him punching people.
Nobody.
He's like, I'm still
Nobody.
getting a bracelet. I think I might have corrected a
Yeah,
little.
it's funny. It's exciting. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I remember I was so nervous to go see that because I'd watched that trailer so many times. I'm like, there's no way it's gonna live up to the hype, and I'm like, oh wow, it's actually
It's a great
amazing.
trailer.
Yeah, I did. That's right. I
Grant?
love it. Grant, another honorable
Okay,
mention.
my last one is Squid Games. Just like
Oh,
that
interesting.
eerie, like I just love the trailer for that.
Any Demon Choir music, it just makes the trailer just seem more important.
Elevate it.
Yeah.
For sure. I love it. Jordan, how about you? Another honorable mention.
So going off of Grant does video game trailers, I had to add one, which is Resident Evil 7. Just that song that's like, don't tell at a roadie. It's just like terrifying. It's so good, but it's freaky as crap.
Love it,
It's
dude.
so good.
That's funny.
It's awesome. I guess I'll go. I'm gonna give a shout out to Jordan. Jordan cut a movie trailer out of 300 visuals. He called it
Oh.
Insomnia.
I
It
just
had
watched that
Max
the other
Payne.
day.
It had Max Payne in it, and I was like,
It's
Max
got the
Payne looks like a good movie, and the movie sucked, but like some good visuals, and
The
it kind of
Marilyn
reminded me of Zack
Manson.
Snyder
I took the Marilyn Manson song from Resident Evil and I put
Yes.
it to just clips of videos.
of clips of Terminator 4.
I might upload that to
of-
YouTube.
You really should,
That's
because the
funny.
trailer, like, it has clips of horror movies, it has clips of like action movies, but it got me jazzed. I was ready for it, dude.
Yeah, I just took
1408,
all the
all the
best
things.
like visual movies, which is like Zack Snyder stuff. So
Yeah, a lot of it's Zack Snyder, but then some of it were like, horror movies and stuff. Like you had Disturbia, you had glimpses of 300, you had all kinds of visuals in there. But anyway, the Max Payne had
I love
like,
you
some
like other
sick
things
visuals.
besides Zack Snyder. So 300.
The Disturbia, and then
I know.
1408. There you go. Yeah. There were other things other than there were some others.
There's some others like
It's all
300.
Zack Snyder. Easiest job in the world, being his trailer maker.
Yeah.
Love it. Anyway, so yeah, that trailer. Cameron, how about you? Next
And Dunkirk, that trailer, I think it's like the
man.
teaser trailer. Let me
Probably
see.
teaser when the guys all look, right?
Yeah, and it's just like the sounds and like the ticking, and it's just
Yeah.
it's so stressful. Like,
good.
you're like, what is this movie about? And he's like, there's so many. He's like, there's like 225,000 people on this beach, and you're just like, what? It's so good.
The
So great.
I'm just gonna really quick mention two last ones. The Heat trailer, it's a classic, and then the
interesting.
Clash of the Titans. that
Oh
original
my
first trailer.
gosh,
Dude, that
yes.
music would get me so pumped.
I know.
I think that was the
freaking
first time I watched the
scorpion.
trailer like 1,000 times before I got
The
sick of it.
scorpion stabbing its tail and everything,
Yeah.
dude. You're like, yeah, let's go. And he's like flying through the forest. He, like dives at people with his knife out. Like any trailer with a slow-mo jumping person with a knife or sword over their head or spear. Come on. It's like
Yeah.
I'll go see that. I got to go see it. I think Hercules even had one. The Rock Johnson. It's still an awful movie, but I put here The Social Network is a good trailer. It's like a bunch of choir music and it shows how Facebook is, but it shows nothing about the movie. But I'm just so glad the movie's so much better than the trailer. Like everyone praises the trailer being really good. And I'm like, yeah, but have you seen the movie? The movie is like amazing. So the trailer doesn't even hold a candle to it. And it can't. But it literally just has like choir music and it just shows like a bunch of people on Facebook publishing pictures, liking things. It's weird. But it's like artsy, which is interesting that was because it was like Facebook was the draw, not the fact that David Fincher was directing or Aaron Sorkin wrote it. Like, but nowadays it's like, oh, this is like a timeless classic. Thanks for letting us know that with your weird artsy fartsy trailer. I just think that's really interesting that some trailers just like nada que ver, nothing to do with the freaking movie itself. So I just had to mention that here. Cameron, how about you?
The King trailer. It's
King.
so sick.
Oh,
Like,
interesting.
it like
Timothy Chalamet.
like
Mm.
it's so cool at showing kind of like what this the specific trailer that it is the where is it? It's like the Netflix official trailer. It's so good because it also kind of shows what's his name? Robert Pattinson or whatever. And he's like, "Are you afraid?" He's like King of England. And it's like, I don't know, just like the way it's cut is so sick because then you're kind of seeing like and he's like and it just shows him running into battle. Like it's so sick. I was like, dude,
I need to rewatch that.
that movie is
Dude,
so
such a
good.
good
King
one.
is good, dude.
That is 100% what got him the role of Paul Atreides.
I really believe that, Cameron. Like it's almost
I
it was like
agree.
watching Joaquin Phoenix and You Were Never Really Here and The Joker, and you're like, oh, like this was his audition tape for that movie. It's just like seamlessly blended into the
Yeah.
next thing. Yeah. So another one I had to mention was A Cure for Wellness. I don't know if you remember that trailer,
That trailer
Jordan.
was really good. Yeah.
Oh, like I don't like
The
people
movie
acting
is-
crazy, but this was kind of that movie where it was like there's
It's
something
a
going
Shutter
on in this.
Island wannabe.
Yeah, well, I didn't even ever see the movie. I heard how I saw the reviews and I never ended up seeing it, but that trailer got me like, dude, it's getting me eerie vibes. The cinematography looked awesome. It just looked dark and mysterious. I was really excited to see it. Do you have another honorable mention, Cameron?
Yeah. The Joker. I think it's the teaser. Let me see.
Oh yeah, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah, the Joker teaser.
Do they show him dancing, right? Or I
It's
can't
kind of
remember.
insane. Yeah, and it's like playing music kind of talking about like laughing and stuff like that, and it's kind of like it's like eerily like
Yeah, an
hopeful.
old
You're like,
folksies. Yeah, I remember that.
it's so good.
Love it. So it's funny that you say that because I love when they use old folks. There was the trailer for 10 Cloverfield Lane was so good because it had I think We're Alone Now by the Shondells, I think it is. It's kind of like a silly song, or it's like a teen romance song. And at the very end of the song, it starts getting really eerie and they slow down the track because it's playing on a record player. And then she smashes him on the head with a glass, and then like the music starts slowing down and getting more eerie, and the lyrics change from like we're getting away, stealing away from our parents, and it's like I think we're alone now, and it's so eerie. He's like trying to get away.
That is
like
a good trailer. I remember
it
that.
is such a good trailer. Watch 10 Cloverfield Lane trailer, and it plays like super like you don't know what's going on. It's like them in the bunker life, and then they hear the sounds. And then she tries to attach on him, and you're like, "What is going on?" And then she tries to run away from him. It's just so unnerving, and it shows so little. And you're like, this is a bunker movie with John Goodman and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Sign me up. Like, whoo, that trailer is awesome.
Are you talking about the villain from Sky High?
Oh yeah, holy shit. We talked about this, right? That is her. You gotta start somewhere, I suppose.
That's funny.
It wasn't the worst part of that, but
Dude, Kurt Russell's in that movie. That's an
Yeah, dude.
excellent movie.
That's right.
I watched that so many times. I had the biggest crush on her, bro. I didn't even care that she was the villain of the movie. I'm like, she's so hot.
Dude, I had a crush on the redhead chick. I thought she was so hot.
that checks considering who you married.
Yeah, exactly. That checks
true.
out, right?
That's
Checks
right.
out. That's hilarious. Yeah, Cameron, what else?
And then also these two is hard. I can't tell if I like the trailer so much because of how much I love the movie, or if the trailer is actually just good. The Get Out trailer is really good, but it spoils a little too much, which I don't love. So that's why I only recommend watching the trailer if you've seen the movie, because then you're like,
Yeah.
this perfectly encapsulates. It's almost like a recap video.
Some of these are.
Yeah, and then that, and then also the Her trailer. I think the Her trailer is like super beautiful, and it kind of just like it kind of sets the tone and like the vibe of the movie really well, which I feel like some romantic movies they try to like excite you to get you to come to the movie, but it's like
I just love it. And here's Joaquin Phoenix down on his luck, finds romance with his AI. Like, I love that, dude. Just like,
well, no,
sorry,
and I love it
a
because
corny trailer.
it brings up like essentially the like a lot of the gripes like in the trailer, because it talks about like she's like, of course you would choose like an AI because you can never handle a real woman with real emotions, and I'm just like, oh, snap.
Oh, that cuts deep. Wrecked, son. I have 3 left. So one is Where the Wild Things Are. Does anyone remember that movie?
Don't
That
even get me
trailer was
started. That
so
ruined my
beautiful.
childhood, bro.
That
Oh my
trailer was so
gosh.
beautiful. It was Arcade Fire. That song comes on, and
And
it's
the
beautiful
movie is
visuals.
nuts.
The movie
That
is
movie
so bad.
sucked, bro.
But that
They're
trailer
ripping
got
off
us.
arms, dude.
It got me to believe
Oh
like I
my
could be a kid
gosh.
again. For a brief moment, that trailer hits,
And then you
and
watch
there's the
and then you watch
Feed
visuals.
me,
oh, I
woman.
can't be a kid anymore.
Yeah, and then he tore his arm off in the movie, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, he just tore off his arm.
That movie was
Oh, man.
directed by the
So
child
crazy.
snatcher and Chitty Chitty Bang. Let me destroy everything you have about your own childhood.
Oh
Oh,
my
you're
gosh.
happy?
I had to mention that
That's so
trailer because
funny.
that movie trailer was so beautiful, and the movie just absolutely sucked. Just it's another one of those Battle Los Angeles. It's so bad it's good. One
Yeah.
recency bias, but I loved Killers of the Flower Moon trailer. I was so excited to see this movie, guys. Like,
Leo's best performance ever.
yeah,
That's the craziest trailer claim ever. I was like,
I know.
this
But
far into his career claiming that is
I know. And
insanity.
anyway, but the trailer is so cool. Like the freaking Native Americans chanting the pounding on the drum, it just moves that trailer. The chugging of a train. I'm like, dude, I'm here. Martin Scorsese directing a gangster western, and I was like, oh no, it's like a sad period piece, and no gangsters. And I was like, damn it, damn it, fudge.
I was like, Native American Departed? I mean,
No. The Osage have the Godfather? Yeah. Let's go. Oh, I know. And I'm sorry, I had the wrong expectations. But that trailer, shame on them because they cut shotgun shells time to the music. Come on, dude. Anyway, so good. And then of course, when we all saw the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, we were like in the thick of it at this point because like we had already had like the first round of like Captain America. We had the first Avengers movie, and this was like the first movie almost after that introduced a whole new team, and the soundtrack was awesome. There wasn't a single person that didn't look up Blue Suede, uh, Hooked on a Feeling after that trailer came out. Like everyone knew that song. Everyone was
Oh yeah,
laughing.
it was so overplayed after
Oh,
that.
it was. But I'm just saying, like when that trailer hit, everyone was like,
Yeah.
the trailer was making people laugh. Like, what a bunch of he's giving the bird, and then the imminent crew gesture, imminent, hilarious. Like everyone was super excited. Like they didn't know anything about the movie, and most of it was just the character introduction. Super funny, and it was really effective. So, but yeah. Other than that, I had to mention the Suicide Squad. The original Suicide Squad before we knew it was going to be so awful.
Oh yeah.
They played Queen.
Yeah.
It seemed like a pretty well constructed, cohesive movie. And then you got Witch Doctor doing the gyrations. That movie's so awful. She's the wacky wavely inflatable art play like Tube Man.
don't
Guys,
let
I had
Katana.
so much
This is
fun.
Katana.
Katana.
Her sword trusts the souls of her people.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Future Hidden Movie Gems. Leave us an email, futuremovies@gmail.com. Tell us if there's a movie that you'd like us to review, and tell us if we got something wrong about the movie Seven. So
Let us know your favorite trailers.
let us know
Yeah.
your favorite trailers in the comments below, and we don't care. Guys, it's been an honor and a privilege serving with you guys. 300 episodes and 300 more. Let's go.
We didn't
Peace.
kill each other yet.
That's That's right. Jordan's gonna freaking do the long game and feed us, fatten us up for a year, and then, or no, what?
It's the drug.
sloth was the
Yeah.
year, and then he burst me. Oh my gosh, you
All
guys
right,
are awful.
peace, everybody.
Peace. What's in the box?